It's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. Off your mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo.
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. Kese la nri lowo, makasakasa timbo. $1 was just 800 naira or thereabout a couple of months ago. Now $1 is over 1,000 naira. How much will it go? Nobody knows. Torito nse falafulu. Ogba salary kilawa. Ìgbéraga week or gbéra rẹ̀ sanlẹ̀ láìpẹ́. Eat little and save more. Ayé tá ń jẹ chicken kọ́ la wà yìí mọ́. Ayé shawarma kọ́ mọ́. Ayé ice cream kọ́. Mú gààrí. Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́. Gbàgbé táwọn doctor sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kíní? Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́. Mú gààrí. Orí ẹja. Wàláì kò rẹ́rìn. Bọ́ọ̀bá lọ́ ṣe fàlàfòlò pẹ̀lú owó ìyá ó jẹ ọba kẹ́. This is the time to save more. Kálukú ló mọ tí ń san lówó skú àwọn ọmọ níṣẹ́.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí.
Maiyegun diary,
lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Hello there.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Bá ṣe rè àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe rè wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun #1.
Gàrí.
Diary Politico.
Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́.
Maiyegun #1.
Godfather.
Orí ẹja.
Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun
Gbàgbé
diary.
gbogbo ohun táwọn doctors sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Nutritional kí ni?
Ó kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Maiyegun
Ìgboro ò rẹ́rìn-ín.
Àní Maiyegun.
ask for an interpreter.
Odododo.
Maiyegun Diary, na it be number one.
Yes. Tell them.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
I got all your messages.
Pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Ẹ̀yin Afẹ́nifẹ́re.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
I mean,
Lórí
you well wishers.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Because I dropped an hint yesterday.
lórí.
I was going to Nigeria.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
My phone has never stopped ringing.
Bàbá Gbéwúrẹ́.
Maiyegun mami.
Messages from so many people.
Ìjọ ìgbádùn.
Don't go.
Maiyegun mami.
Please.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Calm down.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun mami.
Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Read the caption of the broadcast. Tell them that Maiyegun today. Read the description as well. I will be waiting.
Àti ń darí bá.
Maiyegun mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun mami.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
For a moment,
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
I want to plead with you to forget the fake life.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Stop faking it before you make it.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Being truthful.
Maiyegun ti dé.
So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. Okay. This is Maiyegun and this is live. Thank you so much to every one of you who has liked the video before you even start watching. And to those of you who have also shared it. Thank you. I do appreciate that, by the way, like a lot. So yeah, I kind of want to make this broadcast tonight. One of the realest you have seen on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. And I do this very often, by the way, like it's not even random. That after everybody pretends and chooses sides of their oppressors or those who are pushing back, I kind of once in a while like this ask people to, can you just drop that for a moment? Like everyone drop that for a moment and let's just talk man to man, woman to woman, like human to human. This is like drop all the politics, drop all the pretense on social media. Omo, realize now all of us they okay. Oh. Sure, you know, if you are on Facebook almost every day, if you are not seeing somebody who is doing birthday, they will be doing naming ceremony or they just congratulations. Oh, and my wife just gave birth to our bouncing baby boy. Facebook, they always have a lot to celebrate. And apart from those who are asking people to share this so that 5 people in your family can be successful this year, share this to 20 people, answer this prayer, type amen, and all of that. Those ones are not so common. But if you're on Facebook, you will probably believe that almost everything you are hearing about Nigeria is exaggerated. Sure you get. Then when you go onto platforms like X, Twitter, or being a former Twitter, everyone seems to be either a professional in this, an intelligentsia in that, and they are like experts, Nigerians on Twitter. When you go on to pages like Instagram, you will think, you like saying, everybody na rich kid too. Somehow, like they have a lot of party and the rest. And where are these stories coming from then? Who are those who are the victims of this Because everyone you talk to will tell you that, it's you. The inflation is biting. But on social media, I mean, it seems everyone is all right. Not everyone, but like, the chunk. And then you begin to ask yourselves, who are those, who are the victims? This 149 million, 45 million Nigerians who are living in multi-dimensional poverty. Where are they from? So that is why I kind of want to ask you how you have been coping and how you have been doing. Sure you get. And that's why I said it's going to be like interactive. Sure you get now. Somebody's somebody's pain is somebody's, celebration. Oh, sorry. When somebody is sort of in pain, somebody is in celebration and all that. And since Nigeria is about, I better pass my neighbor, we sort of do everything to want to be better than the next person, to show that everybody they suffer, but I find my way. Kind of. Sure you get. So Mo will leave all of that pretense. Mo will kind of leave all of that pretense of you are enjoying poverty, excusing it, and finding ways to adapt with it. And somehow, you are comfortable. I kind of want to hear from people, from inside Nigeria and all of that, so that you can tell us how you have been kind of coping. Okay? Because we know that the cost of everything has gone up beyond your minimum wage. Now, from those who have sort of measured Nigeria's inflation, it is not just inflation, it is hyperinflation. Is there anything that is stronger than hyper? More manage hyper. You understand? Like having 500, between 300 to 1,000% inflation. So those who measured that, they said, for people to at least be able to live normally. And what is normally? You are able to pay your rent. For those of you who don't have your houses, Abi, you are able to pay your bills. Bills like if you have children that are still schooling, you don't really have too much trouble paying their tuition. And for medical care for the family, you will still be able to, as people will say, God forbid anything beyond this living wage I'm about to mention. So they said, if you are earning at least minimum of 500,000 naira. Do you understand what I'm saying here? For you to be able to kind of live, like, live normally, you need a minimum of 500,000 naira as your minimum wage. With this, you will be able to pay for everything currently in Nigeria. So you'll be able to pay for everything within the range of normal family. Pay your electricity, pay for your pay your insurance on your car, pay if you have, you can have car like that, yeah. Then others are now saying, what about those who are the level of 250,000 naira with the current reality in Nigeria? The answer is that you are poor. Poor in the sense that if a member of your family, again, God forbid, and to those of you who are already in these shoes, I would love to hear from you tonight when we open the line. They say if, God forbid, a member of your family should need any lifetime medical care, as little as inhaler, that will be the moment you will know that you are very poor. But in the current Nigeria, with the survey and everything that is practically available, they say at least an average Nigerian make 1,500 naira a day. Now, if you multiply 1,500 naira, even give them the entire 31 days or 30 days, an average Nigerian makes 45,000 naira a month. These are the category of Nigerians that should be in the bracket of those, based on today's reality, that should be earning 250,000 naira minimum in whatever you are doing. Devaluation and everything that comes to you in the current reality. But those who are supposed to be earning that, they are hacking out their living more or less from hand to mouth, and what they come up with at the end of the month, 45,000 naira. Can I tell you something? Even this 45,000 naira, there are some people that will say, 45,000, that's my salary and I have a job. I'm talking about those who have no real job, like any stable job, who just do whatever comes, like labor here and there on a consistent, what have you, they will probably be able to earn 45,000 naira. And there are other part of the other, people who go into construction. That is another sector entirely. Don't compare them. Here you get. But when you see that even people don't earn that 45,000 naira, and then you begin to ask yourself and say, okay, if there are people who doesn't even earn 45,000 naira in this hyper-inflated economy, your criminal politicians are buying vehicles, taking care of themselves. So they are paying themselves according to the inflation, hyperinflation in the country. They increase their own salaries and they never miss the month. Do you get that? But when it came to the real sector, the real engine of the economy itself, of the government itself, the workers, they couldn't work out the modality of how they are going to fit you into the hyperinflation. But they fixed themselves, gave themselves 114% salary increase. Do you get that? So the real workers themselves, they couldn't figure out what to give. They said, okay, we'll give you 35,000 naira for 6 months. After that, what's going to happen? Would the inflation have gone by then? Of course, it would have skyrocketed more. So what will happen after that? They don't know. But you still have to take whatever they give to you then, if they ever give you. And you still have to go into that economy to exist. How are you doing it? To some of you, that they are still feeding at home, and you can afford 5,000 naira data, 10 mega, 10 gig. How many gig you get with 5,000? 100 gig. Na 50 gig, I don't know. Those of you they are still feeding you at home. You are not paying rent. Good enough, your parents were able to kind of have done well for themselves in the past. But that is about to be taken away from them anyway. But those of you who have data like that to come on social media and all that. I mean, 5 grand. I read about that. Like, do you ever sort of ask your parents how they have been able to continue to feed you? And continue to foot bills to those of you they send to schools. And right now, your school fees alone is over 200,000 naira, and it is still going to go up. Have you ever sat for once to ask your parents or whoever is paying whoever is paying for it, that, see, mommy, dad, can I ask you a question? How are you doing it? I know majority of them will tell you it's the grace of God. But as their child, you probably should ask more about that, the grace of God, because a lot of people are going into serious indebtedness and they are having serious health deterioration. Health of some of those who are trying to foot these bills in this economy, their health are, deteriorating slowly. Some of them are even dying because majority of them have substitute health care, food, school fees. So you have to put everything on the table. This is what we have. And there is no food at home. They just told me that I should go and do one test because they might be suspecting I have cancer. I don't want to tell my family that I'm suffering from something yet because we have no much money to begin to do tests here and there. So they will keep it away from you. While some of you are on social media defending APC, defending PDP, and doing everything to sabotage the effort of those who actually don't want to live in this kind of existence. So suddenly, your amazing mom, lovely mom, suddenly fall ill and die. Suddenly, your very strong, energetic, supportive dad, suddenly, he just fell ill. And before you know it, you have started selling some of his properties. And you are beginning to see the reality clearly. And some of you are beginning to ask, to even do dialysis for daddy, we had to take him to so and so daddy suffered. Because in the government hospital, there was no this, there was no that. They were asking us for this. The reality of Nigeria would then appear to some of you so late. I'm asking you right now, to those of you they are still feeding at home, and you are reading all these news, some of you know that even at home, there has been so much adjustment. Yes, but they are still feeding you. They are still housing you. And you have no idea what is really going on until it is too late. And I fear for some of you too, who are actually going through this yourself, watching me right now. In your 20s, you are already looking like somebody who is over 40. Simply because you have a young family. You have a daughter, you have a son, you have a wife. Your job can no longer feed them. You can no longer sleep well at night anymore. While the rest of the family are sleeping, you are preoccupied with, what can I do? What should I do? And before you know it, at that young age, you are already suffering from high blood pressure. Some of you, because of this reality I'm talking about, You know how it is eaten. Some of you have now become, what do you call them? People who need medication to live a normal life. You are now suffering from different sicknesses. Sicknesses that they never born you with. Oh. Sicknesses that you've never really suffered before. Some of them caused by overthinking, overplanning. Imagination won't finish you. But yet all this dream, they are just leading you into the dark holes. Dark hole, dark hole. You are looking at it as if to say, this may be your chance. There may be an opportunity. You have become a predator, looking for just anything to survive for the next day, waiting for the day that you're going to meet your jackpot. You are ignoring the obvious. So this is me telling you what you are going through now. And somehow you probably don't want to accept the truth. The truth that the actions of these criminals, their greed and then their corruption has already triggered hyperinflation, bankruptcy, and they are not even coming clean. And while you may not understand all of that, but if I have to picture and paint the picture of what a lot of you are going through, and you put yourself in that, it's talking about me. Yes, I'm talking about you. The reality of, Gary expensive, the Indomie expensive, Pampers expensive, baby food expensive, this and that people are joking about. That actually all of you are suffering it. You are living just for the day. You are living from hand to mouth. Okay? And you still don't understand the consequences of having criminals in charge of your country. I'll continue to explain it to you. People are choosing between eating or living. If you don't eat, this is the mentality that I've heard from people. They said, Maiyegun, the situation is so serious now that, Baba, I'm going to use an example for you. It's an old man, he's watching me right now. But I'm going to twist it in a way that it's not going to be too direct, so that I bet he's probably even happy that I'm going to share that. So this elderly man, who I strongly believe it might come from the generation of those who have destroyed Nigeria, and those who groomed those who are destroying Nigeria today. But he is an honest, upright man. When you look at the young people who are standing up against these rogues, when you look behind them, you will see elderly men and women who strongly believe, because majority of them are saying, listen, we are older now. Our time is almost up. You are the ones who are going to live in this world that these criminals are creating. If you value the world you want to exist in, you better fight for that your future. You see all these kind of men like that and women like, that continue to encourage and say, continue, do your best. So we were talking. And he said, Maiyegun, do you want me to tell you something? I have 2 houses, okay, in Lagos. And I've got tenants who pay me rent regularly until APC happened to Nigeria. At first, they first started missing. And these are people that is kind of had them for a long time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 of his tenants, they started missing their rent. And this is a man who is like he's a pensioner. He is it depends on his rent. You understand that? It's not working anymore. So he lives on his rent. And he's been diagnosed of diabetes for over 20 years. He's been nursing it for a very long time. Here you get. And he also has this complications. I may not talk too much. He has some health complications that he had no problem managing them. Some, he said, especially his diabetes, he's had that for over 20 years. And he's been very normal, healthy, and all of that. Then when the economy of Nigeria started taking the proper hit, his tenants couldn't really pay the rent anymore. And as his tenants kind of were missing rent, and things were going up as well, here you get, his medication started becoming expensive more than, he started spending more every month than he used to spend. Remember, the money is no longer coming in regularly. This is his own investment too. Here you get, the money wasn't coming in anymore. He's paying more for his medication. And right now, in 8 years of Bokuwari, this old man sold one of his houses. Like it was pointless. Keeping people there, living there for free. You know, that even when he got new tenants, they will pay the money for like a year or two. Afterward, it will become a cat and mouse relationship. So he sold one. He didn't want to die. And when he sold his house 5 years ago, he said, most of that money went into his medical bills. I mean, he told me that it's a chunk of it. In fact, he sold the house, more or less like to buy long life, to buy extra life for himself. So he didn't want to get stuck that something will happen. And at the end of the day, he will have no money to take care of him. So he sold the house, put the money in the bank. The depreciation, the devaluation of Naira took almost, 1/3 of that money anyway in the long run. But the chunk of the money went to his medication. He's run out of that money. The singular house that he has right now, which he lives, and then with few tenants, he knows that even with the few tenants, 3 tenants or so that he said he has in the current house, it's the remaining house, with their rent, he's an old man that feels like, I have no other thing to rely on now. So I would have to increase the rent for everyone. Here you get, if my survivor and living in this place continue to rise, I will have to put it on those who are, you know what I mean, like normally. Then it got to a stage that he couldn't even increase the rent on those people anymore. It was pretty much like it's pointless too. That he is now so afraid that if he lasts Tinubu's 8 years, that's why he told me, he said, Maiyegun, if people like me last 8 years of Tinubu, that means maybe God still have a purpose for us in this world. He has already given up. He said, I'm not going to sell my last house. The old man is talking about medication. And guess what? There are so many people who have now fallen into medical debt. So, if you think politics is a game, a game of a Chelsea versus Arsenal, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, PDP versus APC, Yoruba versus Igbo, Fulani versus Hausa, you are dumber than a doorbell. We are talking about life, your life, the one you are living right now, the one they are asking you to pray hard, work hard. That is the life that they are about to snuff out of you. And anybody can fall into it anytime. Anyone. I've seen young people with serious medical conditions that they never had. They never had all this. You hear that afar that is telling them to eat, mama? eat the fish head. That don't worry about what doctor says about no nutritional value, no nutritional value. You don't need nutritional value. What they are doing now is just try and fill your belly up. Anywhere and anything you can. Fill your belly up. It may be once a day. If you are lucky, you get it twice. If you are having it 3 times, rich kid, you better don't tell anybody your secrets. You eat 3 times a day. Even they do dorime. About not tell anybody your secret too. I'm asking you, please, you need to tell us your secrets. Please. Because there are some other things beyond just food. Imagine a situation whereby you have to work. Not only that your pay, your take-home pay cannot take you home. Not only that, because even your pay, there are people today that they had to give up their jobs. It didn't make any sense anymore. You know, you are being paid, for example, you are being paid 50,000 naira. And you are working in the island, on the island. Living on the mainland, and in a month you are spending 15,000 naira on transportation. Then suddenly, from 15,000 naira, what you are now spending on transportation is now over 35,000 naira. You have rent. If you have a child, you have a family, you have to take care of them. How do you want to do it? I remember some of them from May, they just stopped going to their work. Some businesses, they started making some adjustment. They didn't want to increase anybody's salary. They cannot afford it. Sure you get? So they started looking at some people and like, you know what? Can you work remotely? Like work from home. You don't need to come to work. So that we can pay you our salary. We wanted to sack people. But we see that Nigeria is somehow, we don't want to sack you. So we'll pay you our salary, but you'll be working from home. I have people who have all these stories. They are existing in Nigeria right now. Then I have the story of those who have seen the Aransan Ategunfe Ijija ko gbe wa lo oye ka dupe. Sorry, this one a song go. I'll give you the interpretation, but it said oye ka dupe. Oye ka dupe. Oye ka dupe. Oye ka dupe. Aransan Ategunfe Ijija ko gbe wa lo oye ka dupe. There were Nigerians who were doing Thanksgiving because where they were working, instead of sacking them, they offered them half salary. Others, they sacked a lot of people. They didn't sack them. But what that simply means is that they're saying we should be great. We should be grateful to God. We should be grateful to God. Thunder strike, windy blow. EG, what is EG again? No, EG is where wind. Where wind they blow everyone, but carry us. We should be thankful. I'm so sorry, I am not a good singer, so ignore that. What that song was that they say they are thankful to God that despite the storm, the thunder, the wind, and all of these natural disasters that happened, people died, people perished, people lost things. But look at them, they are still alive because God loved them. That's what that song is about. Oh. Those who were singing that in Nigeria, they ended up homeless in Canada. Because I remember those who believe that, you see, if things are happening around you, pay attention. Oh. That they sack your mate. That they sack your mate. And they say they work hard. You are working harder. Harder where? The employee of the month. They don't sack him. You still they do loyalty. You better begin to look for somewhere else that you can, because if you come here tomorrow, man, they tell you not get job again. No. What are the alternatives? Nigerians ended up in the hands of their fellow Nigerians who were scamming them of millions and millions of money, telling them that there are offers elsewhere. The pastor is greener elsewhere. They say the grass is greener elsewhere. So some people started in this fear, the fear that some of you are still living the fake life of on social media. I'm coming back to you. I'm just saying the fear of what some people have seen. They have seen their former director. They ask for urgent 2K lórí Facebook. Former director. We get his own driver. He has his own private this. They have his own private quarters. But when the economy of Nigeria enter their business, they don't sack branch director or the regional director. Regional director, why they don't be urgent 2K lórí Facebook. Are you see they put eye on? They come they tell you say Canada one le. You know japa, and you can tell. Before now, Nigerians they cross deserts. They run away from Nigeria economic problems. These were deadly journeys. They were journeys that you fit tell your family, say you they go Europe, make you end up in a cage in Libya. We be seeing a taxi driver, they sell you for $200. I swear. I'm just telling you what people actually had to go through. People who see their fellow person where their hydration don't finish them. They go see dead body on this desert, going to Europe. They want to go and make it. They are running away from these criminals who are ruining Nigeria. Gone are those days, so now only foolish people, they follow deserts now. People, they sell their family land. They sell the village land. Okay? Some people, they kidnap family member, collect ransom to pay people who go see scam them. Tell them, say, job, they Sweden. Only for them to end up homeless. I'm not saying everyone. I have seen this too. The desperation. So if you are one of those who believes that you will continue to love your criminals differently as some of you have done, that's fine. But I'm talking to those of you, including those of you who are in the diaspora. Me, I have one or two people that if anything happened to me, this is not a joke. 2 people. If they don't hear from me in 2 months, they go do their Frida prayer. The 3rd month. Yani pay 8 days prayer. I want to sing one last week. I know 2 people. And this is not about food. This is not about clothes. This is not about living life. These are people who rely on my token to pay for their medication. So this is why this particular topic is personal to me. Because I keep wondering, like if I know 2 people and I've seen others, I have read their stories. And I have seen that, I can tell that there are millions in that space. Iko jijireo. Urgent kia dirty. Reo. So when I told you last night that I'm thinking of going to Niger, and people started reacting, you just put my mind. My mind is very, no, I understand. It will be selfish of me to know the rogues and what they are doing in Nigeria to people there, and still try to want to go and find out. That means I'm actually selfish. It is not an act. I could go there and I won't tell you. Sure, you understand? But if I have to say, okay, I'm going to be in Niger, it's going to be selfish. And you know why? Apart from all of us here that comes to the temple that wanted to make sure that Maiyegun is always like on and all of that, it's great. That could be selfish, like you don't want anything to happen to me. But there are people too, that after God do, now this face you, if it disappears, which many have already, and everybody will kind of move on, like, everybody will move on, everyone else will move on. There are people that can't move on. Do you understand that? And that is why I told you once, a while back, that a free Maiyegun is more useful to everyone than a dead one or a locked up one. So it's not an act of bravery to go into the hand of barbarians. After all we know, go into the hands of these barbarians and then put the lives of, you know what I mean? But for those of you who are there and you are surviving it, paying somebody, man, share this. They say Panadol is now 250 naira. You probably should tell me the real one. These are for medication, right? Antibiotics, anti-malaria, anti-asthma, Ventolin inhaler, Actifed. And these are just like, you know what I mean? Like common medications. That if you make them, if once inflation touches them, you are actually signing the death warrant of some people. And if you are the one behind it, covering up, using lies to cover up the truth of what is really going on, what they are doing is they are just signing the death warrant of people. And that could be any of us. It could be me, Maiyegun. Because if I find myself in Nigeria, and all of you don't know that, oh, Maiyegun is in Nigeria, you have no idea. So if I have to, because I would take an injection, you know what I mean? I'll have this, I don't know the name again. They'll give me an injection that's going to prevent all the mosquitoes. They can't, I won't have malaria. Do you get that now? Like I won't. But I could contract any medical emergency. Here you get food poisoning. And when you say food poisoning, nobody say when they poison me, that one self-deal. When they poison you, that one different too. But when you eat food that is not properly cooked, even though it tastes good and it looks, you know what I mean, that it's not properly cooked, and it turns your this, and that could turn to something very, very deadly in a twinkle of an eye. Like it could be something serious. So then you will just hear that Maiyegun is dead. How? He was in Nigeria and he just complained of so and so. Then everybody would begin to develop conspiracy. Then poison and they should call the person who is so last. They should do this or that. And the whole story will go on for like a week or two. All of you now go continue with your lives. Do you understand the risk I'm talking about here? It could be any of us. It could be you. The moment you find yourself in that space, anything could lead to serious medical emergency. And the problem is even this. The problem is not just that you are poor. Let's say you even have the money. You have the money. But there is no facility for you that could take you in as an emergency, save you. I am not condemning all the healthcares in Nigeria, but you all know what I am saying, no. There are those, despite this inadequate infrastructure for healthcare in Nigeria, there are those who have invested so much to try and fill in the gap. But all of them can still agree with us that it is still pretty much inadequate. No. Abi? I could get shot by the police, by the criminals, by anybody or anything. and they will be telling you for 3 hours they didn't see anyone to take me. Or when they finally found an hospital to take me, there was no blood. And I've lost so much blood. So that is, I can write the script of what can happen to me if I go to Nigeria. That could lead me into needing serious medical care. And once I miss it, I will learn here. So then think of those who just need little money for medication, just to manage their health, to manage their conditions. I mean, when you are increasing everything, should you by any means not protect those people by protecting that sector? Have you ever thought of that? That you have to choose, somebody give you money. Finally, you have money, and then you have to choose between either eating or buying drugs. If you buy a drug and you no eat, you go die. If you buy food and you no buy drug, you will suffer and you will die. Do you know that people actually live like that in Nigeria? They do. And some of them, they are children. They are on social media defending APC and all of that. And you see the one you saw on the screen, those are just like not too big medical, what have you. There are people who are suffering from serious medical conditions that are already dying. And guess what? Even if people start dying and falling down and dying on the streets, do you know what they will tell you? So is it because just about 20 people, they fell and died on the streets? Is that why you are now saying that Nigerians are dying? You not too like to exaggerate something. That's what they will say. They will say you love exaggeration. Is it not just about 23 people in the last 2 months? That man that they said was waiting at the bus stop and they awakened him, he didn't wake up, he's dead. That one that they say, is it now, is that why you are now saying that Nigerians are dying? Nigerians are dying. We know that the government needs to do something, but you know what? We should not be exaggerating. Hello? You see, those who are exaggerating are just those who are crying for help because they still can. Okay? There are majority of you who are going through this. Number one, you have no money to even check yourselves up. If I ask some of you now watching me from Nigeria, for example, and like I said, let's leave social media fake life now. You understand? Just brother to brother. Sister to sister. We just talk heart to heart. Okay? If I ask you that, listen, when was the last time, despite everything you have been going through, sure you get, like, you know what in life be, we say about country hard though. We know country hard. Sure you get. And despite the fact that you are working and all of that, you get job. Abi. When was the last time that leave your house and just walk yourself straight into an hospital and tell them that I just want to do a general checkup. I want to check my BP. I want to check my, my immune. I want to check this. I want just walk in like, Oh, Maiyegun, who they walk into hospital? In Jesus' name, I will not go to hospital. Why are you afraid of going to the hospital to get checkup? It's because you cannot afford money that you will use for food. I be the one you will use for school fees. The one you are going to use for your rent. You can no longer just suddenly just walk into the hospital when nothing is wrong with you. Are you a big man, Uni? You want to be doing like Onyibo? Are you Onyibo? Is that not what you tell yourselves? You see, I have lived there. And if I tell you that I still don't have that mentality right now, I will be lying. Even me that have access to medical care here, I have not deliberately just took myself to the hospital in this country, except for once. And I have an explanation for that. Sure you get. Normally, you just go to the GP. You call the GP, I want to see the GP. I'm having a cold. Hello, GP, I want to come and see the GP. I've got this cramped stomach. Okay, hello, GP, I want to come and see. That's how I go to the GP. Nothing per se, except something is wrong and they will prescribe something for me. I'll go to the chemist and I'll get that. And a day or two is gone. I won't even remember where I kept the rest of the medication and all that. So one day, after the UK Home Office, they increased, because I told you, me living in this country is not free. Sure you get. After taking all my taxes, all my money and all of that, they say I have to still pay for everything that legally puts me here. The healthcare in this country, which is free for everyone who lives here, okay? Whether you have papers or you don't have papers. If you get sick and they take you to hospital here, they will take care of it. They will treat you first. They go talk about your papers later. So when I first got my papers, before I did the renewal, then, right, I think I paid £500 or £550, and it is called NHS surcharge. In case if I sick, free. When I'm working, they will take my money as tax. It goes to NHS. It goes to here. It goes there, right? But before I can have right to work, I'll pay for NHS. Anyway, 500. Then I wanted to do my renewal, for my permanent residency, and they have increased it. They increased it to 1,000 something. And I was like, I didn't even use the one for last time. I don't even fall sick. I don't need any. No. How can I pay that much money? Even though I no fall sick. So you get for me to get a bed for hospital and all of that, because you know what I mean. So when I paid that money, I now went back. I called my GP. I said, I want a general checkup. I just want to check that there's nothing inside me from anywhere to and all of that. My GP have always been saying, no, you are fine. You are fine. You are good. No, I've seen the video. I've seen the pictures. I want you to put me inside machine. I want the machine to read me, check everything inside me, everywhere. Tell me if I get something for my body. The GP was laughing as you are laughing. Because I told him, I said, see, listen, he's a foreigner too. I think he's Asian, right? He's Asian. So I said, listen, you understand what I'm saying, right? I paid money for NHS. I never used it. And I know that if I'm not really like almost down, I won't go to the hospital, right? But I don't want to go there because I'm down. I want you to recommend me for a general checkup at our general hospital here. I said, oh, that's fine if you want to. Mr. Badero, that's what they call me, Mr. Badero. Yes, I want to. So he sent me to Southern General Queen Elizabeth Teaching Hospital here. Lovely place. And I went in and I got checked. They said, stand up. They put me on the wall. There was this thing that was, I don't know what that one was checking. Well, I don't know, it's like an X-ray or something, right? So, and they tried to put me everywhere, but they didn't put me inside the MRI. I should have requested for that. I need the MRI scan. But they will be like, scan what? Your brain. You get brain damage. I want to find out. I don't know if I get brain damage. Anyway, so I came by, they said, we'll send the result to your GP. Your GP will call you. If you find anything. I said, okay, that's fine. Even if you don't find anything, it doesn't matter anymore. At least I've fulfilled the fact that I've used my money. You turn on the machine for me, okay? And you entered everything the way it should be. You process it. That's what I wanted. I just wanted to use my money. Do you get that? And I did. So, back to you in Nigeria. You are working hard. You are paying different taxes. Nigerians are the most taxed people on earth. And unfortunately, Nigeria is one of the most indebted countries in the world with nothing to show for it. If you don't understand what is called multi-taxation, multi-taxation, go and buy a lorry that is operating from Lagos to Kano. Buy another lorry, a truck that is going to be operating from Lagos to Abia. And at the end of the month, ask your drivers to bring the receipts given to them by different thugs, police, and all of that. Make them bring the receipt and start calculating how much your drivers paid to those faceless criminals from junction to junction, from town to town, from state to state, from police roadblock to police roadblock. Ask all your drivers to bring all those receipts, calculate them, and ask if any company pays such tax or taxes anywhere else in the world. Come back here, I'll give you 50 pounds. I'm a poor man, so when 50 pounds, how much you want make I give you? Number one, you can't win. There's nowhere in the world like that. So you cannot win. And even if you can't win, finally, you do research. So that means I would have gained something, which is a new information that there is another country where they tax people, real people, hardworking people. They tax them to death, like that of Nigeria. I'll give you 50 pounds. I'm not a rich man, so share you get. And everything is not money. You can even do it for free. At least all of us will learn, like I said. The money they are taking from them is not invested in infrastructure at all to improve their businesses. Terrible roads, though. Unsafe road, though. Some of them get kidnapped. That because their oga could not pay ransom. When they are doing their news report, you'll be hearing 14 people were kidnapped at Ogbeneshe Road, including a truck driver and his motor boy. The police have managed to rescue, they don't rescue them on a ransom them pay. The police have managed to rescue 10 people. And 4 people lost their lives, including the truck driver. You can't wonder, what's happened? They don't pay ransom. The guy was like, if they sell the truck, you know if you pay the ransom. So which ransom? We're going to pray for you. That's what some people do. They say they will be praying for you. May the kidnappers, may they change their mind. Do you get that? People die, no protection, no nothing, no. But ask how much they are obtaining from them every day. Okay? Put all of that together and tell me any business that is being taxed like that in the world. The one they killed at Rivers Ogbeneche Road at the expressway. If they no pay ransom. Even the economy, I don't know if you have heard that too. I'm going to tell you this one. The economy of the terrorists in Nigeria under Boko Haram boomed so much that people were selling their properties in northern Nigeria to pay ransom to terrorists in northern Nigeria. Last, people don't get anything to pay ransom anymore. So at the end of the day, people were leaving, they are just abandoning the people that have been kidnapped. They are abandoning them to their kidnappers. You need to see the videos of some of them. So kidnappers can't they do video? Can't they do save our soul video? Kidnappers that is saying, if you don't bring 50 million, we're going to kill your family. Say, please, we don't get, even our entire family, if they sell all of us for Libya, we no go reach 50 million. Please, be Kodak Unjo. Negodu. Kidnappers reduce ransom to 20 million. They say, you know, they hear, if they sell all of us for here, even our grandma, where they Utako, and everybody, you know, reach 1 million. Now, this economy has affected all the kidnappers too. That doesn't mean that, So kidnappers can't they do video. Damn Boromba. If you don't send the food, if you don't send the Colorado, if you don't send rice, kidnappers are now demanding for spaghetti. They are demanding for 2 liters. They say, even if na 5 liters of petrol, you need to send it. Or we'll kill your family. That's where they demand 50 million 6 months ago. Everybody is broke. But how they are doing it and kind of living it, and you know what I mean? Like everybody's kind of, I'm not going to say everybody, but it seems that they have been able to kind of be tamed. Oh yeah, I mean, the imagination fair wound. I feel be the one who be saying me imagination one wound though. Help me. Please help me. If you are watching me from Nigeria, okay, and somehow all these scenarios painted and the rest of them, I've seen somebody who said, this is me. I am 22 years old. I have high blood pressure. I'm so sorry, darling. That is what I'm saying. I want to hear from you. See, you are laughing because everything is always funny to some of you sometimes, right? Go and Google it. Go and read it. I can go and look at it for you, but it's just going to take our time. They're not demanding for money too much anymore. Now, if you then kidnap your family member with spaghetti, 5 kg rice, 5 liter petrol, codeine, Colorado, Colorado, maybe Colorado, 5,000 naira, codeine. I don't know how much they sell codeine, or maybe about 10 bottles, 5 liter petrol. I don't think they use this. I read it. I actually read this where they are making demand from the families in northern Nigeria. If you want to see your family now, come and take him. We know feed if he don't really know. Have you seen the video? Terrorists, they do video. They beg family. Now family first, they beg the terrorists, please, release him. Say 50 million. Sir, please, 20. Please, we don't get money. Oh yeah, 5 liter petrol. You get that one. Don't say you don't have petrol. Spaghetti. Indomie. And then you get a bucket of ugogoro. And these are actually those who are fighting jihadism and the rest of that. That's actually a story for another day. They were making demand for food. And it's not the first time. The last time somebody got his own daughter back by giving them half bag of maize. Do you know how much is a bag of maize? It's over 60,000 naira. You know that maize? That big bag, 50 kg bag. It's over 60,000 naira. It used to be about 7,000 naira, be 6,000 naira. I'm just giving you a new hack, anyway. Like, I want to know how you are hacking it. That you could maintain your posture. Okay, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do? Do you want us to go and get Ikuma? See, 1 second. Sorry, that death that some feels like is so scary and all of that. These days, now gently they enter, they take everybody. You see your papa will say, this is not funny, and I don't want people to laugh. It's not funny. Somebody you just spoke to just now. And then you went outside, and then before you come back, they are gone. Daddy, this is not what you promised me. Promise you, or a promise, Lily. Daddy, you did that. This is not what darling, this is not what you promise you, okay? Some people will now come in and they will tell you, man, I like this kind of death, though. You see, Nigerians, say, about that kind of death I like. I just stay in my house like that, and I say, really, hypertension, something happened to him. He know if he call for help. That's why. You see that 5 minutes. If you send a camera day, video day, you see that last minute. Because what I'm saying is that a lot of you are bottling up a lot, and you are pretending, thinking they will go away. But guess what? You are piling them up, and one day, you go just sit down like this. And in the usual way, because the problem is that may they not leave you alone. If you are watching, they are watching my broadcast right now. Some of them are abusing me. No problem. It's okay. That's fine. All right. But after this broadcast, okay, when they have nobody else to kind of, unleash their frustration on, it will now be them. Because it's usual. Start thinking, oh God, what kind of life is this? Why is it going to go like your usual way? By the time you look up like this, as Asarailu niye, you go, they stand in front of them. You know what is Asarailu? Do they even have a name for death? Because it's like death. It's called Asarailu. So, in just your usual way, at 33, you're already looking like you're already 54. Anyway, you've never really checked yourself. You have been seeing some signs, but you have no money to even do anything. You are struggling in that same place. You are bottling it up and bottling it up and bottling it up until it will explode. And in your usual, you go to say, now just one of those times you won't do, might just do some me time. Me time, no matter what. Go. Say this way, but what will happen? Because what happened is this. Your health has deteriorated and you have no chance of knowing. You have been enduring and keeping it. Sometimes they will come, sometimes they will be gone. In the economy created by these criminals. I'm just going to be like, I remember when people were, when you notice that somebody is always sighing. Like they are not saying anything. They are sitting next to you. You are minding your business. And all of a sudden, you just hear, Kope 999 or Kope 911. Have you not noticed that? Like it's a call for an emergency, call for help. Whatever will make anybody to sit next to you. And a long silence. And then suddenly you hear, Don't wait for them to do the third one. If you are abroad, they will say you should call 911. In America, I think it's 911. In the UK, it is 999. In Nigeria, you have to run outside and shout, Egbamio! Because there's no emergency number in Nigeria per se, and it is not a joke. If they give you any fake number, you can't say, who you they call? Ambulance, I be police. Say somebody, Otifemi Konlembio. A one breath is last, oh. If I say this person, one breath is last, oh. How do you help them? You call them funny ambulance in Nigeria. Even if you live for Lekki, the most active emergency number in Nigeria is to run outside and shout, "Hey, Bamio!" Or you will say, "Help me!" But if you want people to believe you, go naked and say, "Help me!" You'll be surprised. Because I remember when, I don't know, but I remember I was a little boy, right? And as kids, we were playing, all of us were playing and running about and all of that, and then suddenly, Rafiu just started shaking. We're all kids, so I mean, if I have to give my age, it's going to probably be around, I should be about 7 or 8. Do you understand? So, and as kids, we were playing. Everyone was playing, yeah, I catch you. Hide and seek and all of that stuff. And then suddenly, we just hear the noise. Yeah, Modino. Because Rafiu is Modino's Modino is the senior sister. Rafiu is the junior brother. So me and Modino, we are mates. Rafiu is like a junior one to us. And Rafiu is like this active young boy, like sharp, strong boy. Yeah, Modino just ran out. Yeah, Mokuo! I have died. I am dead. I'm like, I have died. Oh. Yeah, Modino, what happened? Everybody, giddy. Rafiu. So as she was pointing to the direction where her son was, Rafiu, what happened to Rafiu? Before you know it, somebody bring green. But you know, Rafiu was convulsing. It was like convulsion. They saved him. Oh. I witnessed that as a child. Oh. No ambulance, no doctor, no nothing. Oh. You know that giri is giri. You know when convulsion like that. That was what happened to Rafiu. So immediately somebody saw that. I was like, bring spanner, bring green, bring spoon. So made them quickly stop so that they don't want him to cut off his tongue. And before you know it, after about 10 minutes, Rafiu has calmed down. Half an hour after that, Rafiu was already on the, we were back. We're kids. We're back running about that. Rafiu did not die. Thank God Rafiu did not die. Rafiu did not die. Like we didn't even probably understood at the time. And before you know it, even Rafiu, seizure, that's what I mean, convulsion and be seizure. I don't know. So anyway, even Rafiu, we won't die 30 minutes ago. They don't come out the spanner. Rafiu, it was just already there standing next to us. Rafiu, go and sit down. No. You are not feeling well. Go and rest. Don't go and join them. Oh. Don't go and waiting then give Rafiu palm oil at his spanner. So a lot of you are going through it for real. Okay? You are young. You don't think anything can happen to you medically. You don't think you're going to need any of those things I just mentioned, because for now you care so much about at least feeding and eating. You get that? So somehow once in a while you are always like, so that one is better. That one no deep. Because I remember they say, that one are like stage 2. Then when you do like, now stage 3. But when you breathe in, breathe out, like say you want to do yoga. Call ambulance. Go to take 9999. So you can share that with me and let out some of those, right? Because I saw this video. The desperation of Nigerians trying to get away from these rogues and their activities have led a lot to even sell whatever they have left, to even go into debt. Because they told them, they didn't tell them, they've seen their friends who have been to Canada. He's already taking care of his family. She's already taking care of her family. I mean, everybody's looking fine. Nigeria won't kill me. Oh. Nigeria won't kill me. Because everyone you talk to right now, they will tell you, Nigeria won't kill me. Oh. Maiyegun, I swear, Nigeria won't kill me. So I call them MVPs. Most valuable personalities. To me, they are MVPs. If they survive Nigeria every day, we agreed now, didn't we? We agreed that if for any reason, you die or any of us die before Nigeria break up, I be Nigeria better. We know Nigeria don't feel better. So eventually we're going to die. And, Nigeria don't go still better. But if we can't die, after everything we will witness, after everything what una don't see, what's in this eye, they don't see. You can't reach heaven. Or you can't reach the gate, the border. You can't see this way to Elihaji Sheikh. So and so Shah Villa next to the Hellfire. I say, Hellfire ke. Pastor Rakumi Rambo. He has opened another church down the road as well. But you will first need to go to the reception. Reception, why? Say, because you shouldn't come to heaven, because you are a sinner. Say, fight go start soon. Oh. Did you not check my ID? Say, yeah, we've seen your ID. We've seen that you are dead, and that's why you are here. Go left. Go left. Left is to Fire. Go down the road. You will see signboard. I'm asking that. Did you see my ID? I am coming from Nigeria. Do you know what my eye see? So, upon all things where my eyes see for Niger, I still die. So, it wasn't the price I should pay to go heaven. Or it will change the protocol. And it is not a joke. They say Nigeria, surviving in Nigeria. How to survive in Nigeria or surviving in Nigeria should be added to one of the 1,000 ways to die. People died because they couldn't survive Nigeria. Always remember that. Economic decisions and then the corruption of these rogues, they will lead to what you can say economic sabotage. Economic sabotage will lead to job losses. Job losses will lead to loss of income. Loss of income will lead to poverty. Poverty will lead to crime. And crime will lead to what? It will lead to a breakdown of law and order now. It won't be explain your phone. You know? So people are reacting. They want to escape. And others are saying they are doing it for their family. I am just doing it for my children. I don't think my children will have future in this country. And guess what? In that desperate, or let me say, in that desperation, Nigerians are still scamming their fellow brothers and sisters, selling them job slots that don't exist. People are selling their properties. People are borrowing money to escape from Nigeria. Some are picking up different degrees, PhD here and there that they don't need. They just need something to get out of that place. Only for them to get to a supposed greener pasture, to realize that they have been scammed by their own people. All of you know when they do that, I know some of you will stumble on my video too. You know, suppose better for you. Even if the plus say it go better for you, at least you should still know that even they don't arrange say making better for you by style, it's supposed better for you. Because I've seen that, I've seen people. So I don't know how recent this video is. But it tells a bit of what the consequences of the ruiners of Nigeria's actions. And those, I was saying something about people crossing desert earlier, right? That was gone. People are selling their properties to acquire the legitimate visas, work permit visas. I'm talking about original visa, not be say fake or anything. No. They paid to get the adequate visas only for them to get to their destinations and meet something different. Ordinarily, I know that we should be calling on authorities in all of these countries that are offering work permit, education scholarship, this and all of that, to indeed begin to take to account the victims of some of those who are running their schemes through all of this as well. I am not saying this. Like I said they are legitimate visas. Only for you to get your destination, and then the story is different. Like, there is no job. And in this country, it no be like Nigeria, where you can easily ask people for urgent 2K, 5K. Even those where they are abroad. You see person where they send money to you in Nigeria. When you are in Nigeria, 100K, 200K. Now you're sure, man. Now you're sure person. When you cross the border here, you realize that maybe 200K is like a 120,000. I mean, 120 pounds. For example, where are they, right? 120 pounds. 120 pounds is not a money that somebody just dashes you here. Do you get that? That person that could give you 500,000 naira for a certain request in Nigeria, you would expect, Abi, I mean, like, you are from Nigeria, and I'm sure you get, like, you're sure guy. He don't pay 1,000 pounds for you before. Now you are in the UK. He cannot even give you 100 pounds. Like, he cannot even just dash you. Why would he dash you money? When you could actually go look for a job yourself, Abi? But the problem now is that you can't look for a job, or you can no longer afford, okay, to even like survive based on the jobs they finally got you. They didn't tell you that you will need to first hustle. I mean, you were supposed to get a job like that. Get a house. They didn't prepare you for it. Because as some are doing theirs, like everything is fine, going on normal. Some are complaining of being lonely. I miss my family. I hate being lonely and all of that. But things are still all right. They get their job and all of that, right? But even within that, I am talking about those who fell into the trap of scammers, their fellow Niger, who knows that there is actually no real job there for them. But they encourage them to kind of spend and sell their properties and spend that much. People were begging for food in the UK. Imagine a person that could afford to pay 10 million naira to bring his family down here. Ended up having to either be squatting with some friends, you know, or almost homeless. And why? Because their fellow Nigerians who were given slots of, let's say, this your license, and the job you're going to get with that is just for about 10 people. And that guy has already used that same license, sold it to about 200 people, collected millions of money from them. And out of the 200 people, the embassy gives, let's say, 150 of them the visa. 50 lost out. The 150 will fly down to the UK, and they will be expecting to go and come and get 150 jobs, only for them to realize that the person that got them this legitimate visa is actually a crooked Nigerian who just took advantage of a system that was trying to really help people. People are falling for this. You know that? And because of this, I have seen people who came to this country with debts, and it wasn't what they told them. You are supposed to arrive here, go get a job, and once you have a job, right, you're going to get a house. There is shortage of housing. There is shortage of job. But those who got a license to get everyone out like that, they have abused it. Somebody told me on this issue of drive that everybody want to get out of that, like, London, so many people ran into this kind of a scheme. One single person brought in over 700 people. 700 people. Not 700 jobs like that. Like they will pack the whole family, children, father, mother, cousin, and everybody that is dependent. Pack all of them. Where? Odino plane. Once they landed in Nitro, it will come be like carnival. Ojo everybody, our car. Person will get 5 years visa, residency permit, working visa. Could come be like person will be say, Now through desert, in take enter UK. Person will come on the boat, on the dinghy. Those who came through the France and they who crossed about seven forests and 7 seas, who eventually got into the UK, living, hiding, doing this. Person will get visa to carry family, enter UK. Bam. The person who brought you only have about 100 placements, and you cannot go to any other place to get a job. What are we going to do now? We have debt to pay. And what are we? Don't worry, we'll figure it out. First month, second month, third month, fourth one. 6 months. Depression, shape depression, need the same shege you want to run away from in Nigeria. Some people are taking advantage of that. That's how the same criminals who are supposed to fix Nigeria, they are taking advantage of you. They dipped a lot of you into perpetual poverty. But for those who didn't want their own children to end up in poverty, in Koto, they decided to leave Nigeria. Imagine living in Nigeria. I mean, imagine running away from Nigeria. Person can go die inside cold in Canada. How wrong now? You dey run away from Nigeria. Poor people know they travel. Na Nigeria street language. And it is very true. There are some of these guys, maybe say, na Bambia land they take survive. They have developed an industry for it. No thanks to APC. Egbe. Fine Bara is no longer a shame. Bambia is no longer a shame. And when they hear people who are spending 10 million, 30 million to go to Canada, they wet themselves. If I have that 30 million, I go to live like a king in Nigeria and Bini. Lagos Abobaku say, Abi now they say, Lagos Abobaku fine barati drop quotes. They hear am. It's true, you go see in fellow Alimajiris. That is so true. If I have 30 million, because he can never have 30 million, he's praying for it. The economy, the country. Imagine somebody will be 30 years old. They defend their peace, they do fine bara on social media. And they can't get advice for person who get 30 million, go abroad. You know how many years fine bara you go do before you get 30 million? For life. I mean, like, only upgrade gone. So on the street, they will tell you, Baba Jojo, I mean, I'll see the fine money where I go take a chop for this evening. They tell me about the guy we package the money. Now only God knows how many millions he spent to get that visa. God knows how many millions he spent to get the ticket. Poor man Pekino. So poor man Pekin go think say using 20 million to escape from the calamity that is going to finally, sink everybody in Nigeria. Poor man Pekin go think say na suicide mission. So if they can't say somebody go Canada, or somebody go India, and somebody go where again? Russia, and something happened horribly. God forbid. Poor man Pekin in Nigeria. Could they ask you, say, nobody say you take your money buy your own death like this? Because he's thinking about how to eat tonight. He's thinking about how, what do you call it, is going to pay him. Punters and Baba Jebu will pay him. You get 30 million, go Canada. Canada. I go be like king for Nigeria. That's what they think. But anyway, I don't know how recent this video is. Just so you know, okay? So I don't want to present the video like this just happened yesterday. But I just want to use this for context. So that you understand that you might want to blame those who are running away from Nigeria because they can afford it. And they are putting all of their eggs in one basket. And it's like, Russian roulette. Have you you know? Russian roulette. Put one bullet inside the gun and you roll it. If the bullet come about Elon here, if the bullet no enter ahead, I mean say you should get small chance. Try them again. So to those who have decided to take that shot, I don't want you to see it that way. I want you to look it deeper. That majority of those who are currently trapped in this APC, Egbekegbe's Nigeria, if they also have a chance, they will leave Nigeria. I'm not saying all of them, oh, no, don't get me wrong, oh. But now hypocrisy will kill some of you. Because as much as some of you are doing your, all of us have to work hard for this country, work hard, kill you there. If them bring a Titanic vessel, bring a Combat Beach for Lagos, the first 20,000 people to get on board will become automatic American citizens. You go see your pastor. You go see your, what do you call it? You will see people that somehow you think they are so comfortable with what is going on in Nigeria, nothing where you go offer them. Now then go first. You see some of those where you say, Ipa, at 76, you said they go babish. So they go babish, you my son. I they go babish, my son. No. I don't want to reincarnate in this country. I know say I don't get too much time to go again. But if I die in America, I die as an American. If I come back to this world, I come back as an American. So my son, help me. Please. Say, Ipa, Iye, where are you going? What do you mean, where am I going? You carried back like, where did they go, Iye? Say, where am I going? Did you not hear the news? It will shock you. Because you see those ones who are telling you that they love Nigeria, they love Nigeria. So many of them, they have their own application in different embassies right now. Person who don't apply for visa to run away from Nigeria is right here on social media, living the fake life with you. Saying if all of us leave, who is going to remain? If all of us leave Nigeria, who is going to remain? We should stand and build this country. Now, that person where they tell you, say, I stand with Nigeria, I stand with Nigeria. If they Canada right now, if they do, I love my country from abroad. So hypocrisy will kill some of you, but it's okay. It's okay. You won't be the first. Because let's go to that Canada, because if you like say, I don't know why you are laughing. I mean, like, I want you to see, I don't want you to do, but I want you to kind of concentrate, like, you know, think about this. Because it's like some of you are like rich people who probably cannot really connect with what I'm saying, right? But person go Canada, go die inside cold. Kusile is better than Kusi Canada. Abi Kusi Canada is better than Kusi Berry. There's actually a movie, right? I said that, you know, when a ghost is chasing you around the graveyard, yeah? Now then you go know, say, even though if you die, they will bring you to the graveyard, Abi. But that moment, you will know that Kusile is better than Kusi Berry. Die at home is better than to die in that burial ground, right? I have seen cold, my dear brothers and sisters. I live in Scotland. And every time I see the videos of those in Canada, the first question I kind of ask myself is that, how do you guys survive there? Knowing that we came from a 70-degree continent. And they have not discovered the black man walking. And they'll be like that. And everybody will be like, taking pictures. And say, why are you taking pictures with him? He froze to death. He's not a statue, man. Why are you taking pictures with him? Why is that not happening? Like, in my own imagination, like, I'm like, you are a black man walking now and it's so cold. It's so cold. And you're just like, and instead of people to call 999, they started taking pictures. Oh, look at this beautiful black statue in white snow. I would it already. Here you get. And can you even imagine the kind of pain it is to die in cold? That last moment. So it's not funny. Watch this.
Yeah, hello ladies and gentlemen. We're right here at the shelter in Mississauga, and all right, this is exactly the spot where a young man from Nigeria died last week Wednesday. Now you see the tents they were living in, you know, you can see it all the way down there, you know, and you just begin to imagine how are people expected to survive in this horrible condition with the current state of the weather. You know, with the cold out here, I can tell you, we can't even, some of us can't even stand 30 minutes outside of this cold, but yet, human beings like you and I are living on these tents in these horrible conditions. I think it's about time that the African community come together and make our voices heard about this situation. It's about time. I'm here. Yes, this is Pastor O.J. Agobo. Yes, can you say something, man of God? Yes.
Unfortunately, it's disheartening to see a human being living under this condition. This is what we'll be advocating for since the summer. And the unfortunate incident will try to prevent it happened, that somebody lost his life out here. And now we're calling on the federal government to facilitate the process. They did make a commitment to release some funding to assist the province to provide temporary accommodation for these individuals. And we don't know what has been done till now. We will be following up with the federal government, with the provincial government, and the city mayors to see what has been done, what is being done to address this situation. This is un-Canadian. This is inhumane. This is unacceptable for human beings. Please, we're calling all Africans, all the black communities to come out. This is a fight we must all join hands to fight, to advocate for. This inhumane treatment to our community, people of our pigmentation is unacceptable. The time for action is now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so.
Thank you, Pastor. So I've been told that it is actually not an old video. It is new. I've received another video where I think a member of the Nigerian embassy in Toronto have visited the scene, and they are trying to kind of find a shelter for those who are Nigerians among those in that tent. That is very commendable. I mean, I have the video. I'm going to share that with you at some point. But let's first quickly review that Omoyele Showore's battle with the establishments. A lot of you do know that the criminal government of Nigeria, they are holding Omoyele Showore, charged him for treason, and they are holding his passport as well, that he can't go anywhere. Another person who is also, who is also trying to use, the same system to see how they can continue to harass and intimidate Omoyele Showore, Oba Solomoni Delta. Yeah, Nedunwoko. So I kind of call him Oba Solomoni Delta anyway, but I don't know if is he from Delta? Nedunwoko. Husband of what's that girl's name? Oh, you know Ned. So Ned is charging Showore for cyberbullying. That Showore the bully him for social media. Ned, yeah, Nwoko. Regina, that's right. So he said Solomon, King Solomon Delta, or Oba Solomon Delta in Yoruba. Or you can say King Solomon Delta, okay? And if you remember Solomon, in the Bible, I think he has 1,000 wives and 1,000 concubines, 5,000, I don't know. Anyway, for some reason, it's like, because Showore's SR reporters exposed Ned Nwoko's collaboration, all right, in an effort to dupe Nigeria, okay, in a case that Unwoko was expected to make so amount of money or something like that. So he's now charging Showore for defamation. So I'm going to bring back that of Canada anyway. So I want to go and listen to Showore quickly. In court today, the interesting part is that they managed to kind of cover what happened inside the court as well. And I love it. I loved it. I want to show you.
So how do you expect the Senate to expunge cyber stalking when Eduwoko, who abuses the police, who uses the police to oppress people? Not me alone, a lot of people from his village. How would the Senate serve the interests of people when criminals have dominated the Nigerian Senate?
Provision of 477 of Maiyegun. The increase has to do with the type of a corporation. Not for a corporation to properly be arranged and be charged before the court. A representative of that corporation must be appointed. And that this goes to the issue of jurisdiction.
That the issue that the person to represent the corporation has to be appointed.
Has to be appointed, sir. And so this is a co-defendant.
Okay.
And there's no agency in criminal law, sir. This is standing a trial. But no, he was sacked in the dock here. He was in the dock here. When he was sacked. But no, he was in the dock. He already submitted to this court.
So we are defending many cases in several courts that politicians, public office holders who are afraid of questions of their character, they are using that law against the citizens. If you have a reputation, the court is there. What is very, very important about this law and about this kind of charge is that people without character, it's very easy for them to hide under the law. In a civil suit, if you say you have a reputation that has been defamed, you must prove it. You must prove it. And the defendant will come out with what you have done when you are in primary school, or the secondary school, or the university, to tell the court that what you don't have, you cannot protect. But under this law, they are using this law to oppress innocent citizens, to suppress the media, to suppress freedom of speech. And we must rise up against it. We must. That is the business we are doing in court.
This court ruled that my cell phones be returned to me by DSS. My cell phones that they took from me when they raided my hotel and arrested me in 2019. There is a ruling of this court that they should be returned to me and I will be paid 2 million naira as damages. The DSS has not, that's the federal authority, because they are the police, has till today not honored the ruling of this court. As a matter of fact, I think these people should not be allowed to be coming before this federal court to violate the integrity of the court when they do not respect rulings of this court. This is a judgment by Justice Chikere. I mean, yes, before she retired. Yes, and I raised that before you in this court as part of my own evidence that I have no contact whatsoever, because my devices were seized, and the court of law, this federal high court, ruled that these devices be returned to me, because some of this evidence that they are asking for are also in these devices.
Well, maybe why you for that
yes, I just wanted to take judicial notice of that.
Reminded the judge that the DSS has refused to return my devices, 2 phones. I think it's an iPhone 13 and another phone that they took illegally from me when I was kidnapped in Lagos. The judge was surprised and he said it will be part of the conversation in the future. But what our lawyer has said about this is very important. You can imagine the role the media has been playing in recent days, revealing the looting of states by state governors, including my own state, Ondo State, where the governor has become an apparitional governor, only seen by spirits. But he has also spent 7.6 billion naira on contingency expenses. I don't know the meaning of that. We have Lagos State, where 2 billion was spent to buy perfume, and now they have adjusted the number to 2 million naira. Even 2 million naira is too much to buy deodorants for the whole of Lagos State. And you have Osun State, you have Abia State, where they spend almost 1 billion naira on meals, feeding alone, and only spend 25 million naira on education. What we are saying here is that Nothing stopped the governors from also using cyber stalking to arrest all the candidates, all the journalists and commentators online who have been championing transparency across the country. That's exactly what it's all about, and this is the reason why we do this. We could have decided to do what other people do, which he requested. I mean, Ned Wokoda, we should come and plead with him to drop the charges. No, we are not going to plead with anybody. He is the one who came to court to disgrace himself, and he must be disgraced. But funnily enough, those are the kind of characters you have in the Senate. So how do you expect the Senate to expunge cyber stalking when Ned Woko, who abuses the police, who uses the police to oppress people? Not me alone, a lot of people from his village. How would the Senate serve the interests of people when criminals have dominated the Nigerian Senate? That's the problem. When you have lawbreakers appointed to be or elected to be lawmakers, you say elected, quote and unquote, because most of them did not win elections, and you want them to go and make laws that will serve your own purpose, you are wasting your time. So that is the reason why we are pushing this in court as lawfully as possible. But where necessary, we will also take other actions necessary. By all means necessary, we must liberate this country from the claws of criminals who have hijacked our country. Thank you very much again for listening to.
Show. See, I'll tell you, right? I'm going to tell him this evening, by the way, after this show, right? I'm going to say, show, I'm going to need your starter kit, okay? Like, if I'm going to be in Nigeria, okay, give me some starter kits. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? And how do I need to prepare this or that? So that, you know, like I'm going to ask him this evening. Is part of them now that they seems not to know what to do with him anymore? Do you get that? They've attempted to kill him. They've tortured him. They've beaten him publicly and in private. They've psychologically psychoanalyzed him and all of that. Is now part of them that they can't really do anything to him anymore. I mean, like, not literally, right? But they can still do a lot to him. But not like, you know what I mean? Because he knows the dreams now. You saw him in court, speaking to the judge, explaining himself and all of that. And indeed, Nedunwoko, person we no get character, criminals, they are. So, usually, if they allow their laws, I mean the court to actually like, you know, do their jobs without twisting them and the rest, right? Number one, these guys will not have any audacity to take anybody to court, one, because most of them will be in jail. Like if there is actually real law, but there is none. But even at that, in their shady courts, they still get argument that defeats their madness, even in their own court, to the point that they don't even want to obey the court when it doesn't go according to to their own whatever. So, Shore knows them now, and you know, I kind of hope that some of you will recognize that the reason why Shore is facing whatever he's facing with them right now, everything he's currently facing with them, was because he told them to treat you right. Many of you wanted him killed. They should have shot and killed him. He's a useless guy. He's a this or that. I mean, would I blame you? Because a lot of you are looking for somebody. You are looking for an excuse in order to escape from your reality. And it's good. Pick on him. Continue picking on him. But just don't forget that whatever you are going through right now, he is being persecuted. Not persecuted, persecuted. Because he asks them to treat you right, and he will continue to ask them for the revolution. So in Canada, the one I showed you earlier, okay, this lady seems to be from the embassy, Nigerian embassy in Canada, I think, right? So she met with, according to her, she has been going from one shelter to another. Now, usually, the people you find in shelter, people you find in a tent are those who are possibly without documentation, okay? And Even though I think you will find people who sort of are swimming some troubled waters in their lives, okay, that they ended up in a shelter, they're homeless and all that, okay. But in this gathering, right, you have those who traveled to Canada as recent as 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 2 years ago, who ended up in some of these shelters. And in Canada, code no be here. Eh? I don't care how strong, how big you are. If the code catch you, Baba, only embalm my life. I told you about the code thing, right? You don't see where person don't embalm somebody alive. Have you been to mortuary before? Like to receive any loved ones, or you follow someone there or something, or even walk in the mortuary. You see that frozen body that when they take it out of the fridge or the freezer, cold, rock hard. That is called embalmment, Abi. I mean, refrigeration, Abi. Anyway, Otutu Canada strong, Junior. Do you understand what I mean? Your freezer or the freezer they used to keep dead bodies. I don't know. Maybe it's probably like minus 10 degree or something. I don't know. About Otutu Canada, man, was minus 70. Oh. You exaggerate. Oh. I'm not exaggerating. Oh. It go freeze you, freeze your hair, freeze your breath. It go come be like say that they preserve you, preserve your body. If they hold you too much, they're going to break you like crackers. They hold your hand too much like that, it go just break like say, I don't care how big you are or how strong you think you are. So everyone is worried for those who are homeless in this kind of weather. They are going to die. And for those they can save in the shelters and in those homes. So I think this video should do justice to that this is the effort they think they are making. I mean, they are making, rather.
So while in Brampton, Canada, I visited one of the numerous shelters across Canada for asylum seekers. This is just one of the many in Brampton. And here we met with some of the asylum seekers here, young, vibrant Nigerians. We counsel them and we give them some items. Mr. Wale Rabiu, owner of Grape Matlock Bakery, gave loads and loads of very delicious agege bread. Pastor Vivian, who runs a food bank, goes regularly to give them free food. And we counsel them, and hopefully we pray and hope that they will get out of this situation. It really is not quite a pleasant sight to behold. And we thank the Nigerians who have been supporting them.
We thank you for the stuff that you do for us and the main that you're doing for us. We appreciate it. Thanks.
And we just got good news to our brothers. We've been working behind the scenes, though we're not on camera all the time, but that's fine. My name is Pastor Vivian Etuka. I'm the founder of Better Food Bank. And by virtue, I had a meeting yesterday with the Peel board. The Peel they were doing the budget, and Mayor Brown has promised us that by next week, fingers and toes crossed, we should have about 800 beds that will become available, so they will be able to be sitting somewhere on street and being able to.
You will need to endure. Don't have any expectation. The only expectation you should have is God at this point in time. Amen. Your case is in God's hands, all of them. Okay? And as much as you can, in the process of trying to get your papers, don't paint Nigeria bad.
But the key thing is, I hope you get out of this. But for the next person planning to do this, it's not worth it.
I did want to tell you, but it's like a cutout, by the way. Abike Dagburu. It's called NITCOM. I think it's called NITCOM, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission or something. That's commendable. Okay? Like, if you have been in that kind of situation, I've not been in that situation, but I can imagine what it is like in a country that is thousands of kilometers or miles away from where you originated from. And you are running away from something there. only to run into cold Canada. So yeah, every little help counts. I was going to speak more, but it's going to be like I haven't taken calls. So, but I want to hear from you watching me from Nigeria, if you can. Tell us how you are kind of managing it. Food, rent, bills, medicals, and all of those things are sending people not only into poverty, they are sending people to early graves. I mean, and they are kind of, it's like an epidemic that is really, really, really growing. This is not an inflation, it is hyper inflation. I'll go make another tea so I can take calls when I get back. My final message to you in this situation, right? Remember this.
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. Kese la nri lowo, makasakasa timbo. $1 was just 800 naira or thereabout a couple of months ago. Now $1 is over 1,000 naira. How much will it go? Nobody knows. Tori to nse falafulu. Ogba salary kilawa. Igberaga week. All bera resanle like. Eat little and save more. Aye ta nje chicken kola wayi ma. Aye shawarma koma. Aye ice cream ko. Mugari. Jekpama bagbe ta doctor sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kini? Jekpama mugari orí ẹja. Wallahi kò rẹ́rìn. Bọ́n bá lọ ṣe falafolo pẹ̀lú owó ìyà ó jẹ ọ́ bá kẹ́. This is the time to save more. Kálukú ló mọ tí ń san lówó school àwọn ọmọ nísìn. I started by paying 25,000 naira per term 2 years ago. Last year, 50,000. Wallahi, this year is 100,000 per child. Now, imagine having 4 kids going to school and I have to pay over 1.2 million naira in a year. Divide my salary in a year by 2. How much will remain? Gas is in Benley. Pampers in Benley. Èmi náà sọ ọmọ boy yín ra fìlà yín ra sọ. Nbo ni ká fi gbogbo yín sí ibadallah. So this is the time to apply the basic principle of economics of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. Save more, eat a little. Somebody told me there is nothing to save. I told him you are a liar. Where do you get money to buy data and check Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram? You are on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on WhatsApp. You are everywhere.
Which of them are you on right now? My caller, how are you?
Good evening, sir. Maiyegun.
Good evening, Baba. Idris.
Firstly, I want to thank you so much for the enlightenment that you've been giving us. And yesterday, towards the end of the broadcast, I was like, ẹ má bínú pé mo fẹ́ sọ kí ni Yorùbá mo ní ṣé wọ́n ti lo alúgbòhùn fún ẹ̀gbọ́n Maiyegun ni tó fi sọ pé àwọn bọ̀ wá Nàìjíríà. Sir Maiyegun, what are you coming to do in Nigeria? Ẹ má wá Nigeria. Just leave us in Nigeria. Let us do. As in, I was like, later I realized ṣé kò ṣe pé bàbá ń ṣe sarcasm báyìí pé ṣé pé I was like, never try to Nigeria. Just leave us.
If you see breaking news that Maiyegun has been arrested, you go think she's saying an April Fool, Abi. Like all of now, no go first believe them. Even if they say arrest, you could be like, no. Like you go allow them, make them beat me for like 2 days before you believe, Abi. Because you would not imagine it. Like no way. How is that even possible? How?
By the special grace of God, it will not happen to you. It will not happen. It will not happen to you.
Okay.
So back to what this Alpha just said. This Alpha ko serious at all. So even this pomo is now 100 naira. Pomo 15 at 100 naira. So what's he not saying? I want you to go to pomo. And as a matter of fact,
it's not affordable.
It's not even affordable. It's not even affordable. Even now, I can tell you that even going to work, Teba law on the road A lot of people have now even subjected themselves to bicycle. Even myself, going to work, I just have to how to use bicycle. Bicycle. I bought myself bicycle don't turn 30,000 back on around 60,000. But we have no choice.
Let me tell you something. That's a very, very clever thing for everyone who can ride a bike to do in this kind of economy. Like this one is not even a joke, okay? Because the other day I was giving people motivation on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, and some people just they just kind of didn't like it. I said, listen, don't be say Ikorodu to Obalende far like that. Now everybody want to read.
Okay, Emma Binu. I saw that your post on Facebook.
Not too far. If you begin the Wakara now,
from Maryland to Onidi, Edekin describe for one. Let me just describe to them. From Maryland, you can just take your bike down to Jibo Bridge, then cross down to Yaba, follow that route down to where? Down to like Oyigbo. From you get to wherever you are going to now.
Small. Sure you get. Especially like even if you have to. Somebody said about if somebody is walking that walk every day, you know, go tell a person go die. I said, what go kill you? It's an exercise. It's a win-win situation for you.
Paracetamol no must solve. Paracetamol 150 TD 200
anymore. So somebody said that my shoe is going to wear out. I said the problem is that don't go in the afternoon, go early in the morning. Now son they shop shoe. So now that you have brought the idea of a keke, I didn't even think about I'm a poverty or down. I was thinking of how I could take the wakadi. So keke. Now go on. See, when they hear me, and you are hearing Idris, right? That's one good idea. That's a good arc to survive in this era, Keke. Go on.
The thing is just that when we are shouting that this government will not, it is nothing. They kept mute. Now it is affecting all of us. I keep telling people that you can't even afford anything. You can't afford anything. Everything in Nigeria. See, Thomas and they call it for you 200 naira today, and you say, "Oh, I'm coming tomorrow." Before tomorrow, it's everything, and we keep shouting to them that, "Oh, let us make the right choice. Let us make the right choice." This country, this government is not going to work for us, but they kept mute. Now it is not affecting them. And moreover, and the funniest part is, it might check if vicinity me. I want to shout to you. They are these APC people. Now we are all feeling the brunt together now. Continue with your true talk. Continue. Thank you very much, sir. All right, sir. Good night, sir.
Take it easy. Now, so one of my friends, Papa just died. I didn't tell you that story, but I'll tell you now. You know, what happened? His dad was not feeling well, okay? And he was rejecting being taken to the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. No, there's no money. Let's go to the hospital. No, there's no money. So finally, they dragged him down to the hospital. And around that time, it was obvious that he wasn't feeling well. Like they didn't know what was wrong with him. So they said they are going to do tests, they are going to do this, they are going to pay a deposit, they now told them that they should go and deposit 200,000 naira so that they will have money there to begin to treat him after all the tests come. The money for tests, the money for that. So when the old man heard about 200,000 naira deposits, the man told his children, I don't know what happened. I just suddenly feel good. I just feel better. That they should be taking him home. Like, I don't know. The old man said he didn't want to put his family in debt. Because when they got home, 2 days later, Baba kick bucket. And the reason why he won't stay in the hospital was that, one, they didn't have money. But he knew they could borrow money. But according to him, he wasn't going to put his children in debt. He died because of 200,000 naira. I mean, I just thought I should say that. Just how I met the brother up earlier. So, sorry, Idris. I have another caller. Hello there.
Maiyegun.
Doctor Agbede.
How are you, Maiyegun? You are just too good. You are just too good. God bless you in Jesus' name. You are just too good. happy Thursday.
So you are one of those laughing there. I thought you elders who help us guide others in the comment section that this is not a laughing matter. You bring out your whip and you control the stop laughing. This is serious. You know what I mean?
That's why I called. That's why I called. So many things to talk about. That's why I called. So many things to talk about. Even if they talk about you, don't worry. I don't know. I'll just take it. Okay, let's start with you said you want to travel to Nigeria. Okay, if you want to travel to Nigeria, let us know so that we'll be monitoring you through the situation room. But not now. Not now. Don't tell me right now. But whenever you want to travel, monitoring you through the situation room. So that was for that. That was for that. So
I think go slap Tinubu now because don't
worry.
If I go Nigeria, like it's not now. You said it's not now. Later, Abi.
Don't worry. Because now number two. The people in Nigeria, they thought that abroad here things are very easy. No, in Nigeria there is sympathy. The word sympathy and pity in Nigeria. But in abroad here, there's no sympathy and pity at all. Zero. That's the word. In Nigeria, people can see sympathy to go. Sorry, in Nigeria. Sorry, so there's sympathy and pity in Nigeria. But here in America, there's no sympathy and pity at all. You are your own. I'm telling you, you are your own. You are your own. I'm telling you.
So you must have the clear picture before you pack your bags. You need to get everything.
God bless you.
Make sure you have everything. Like, no, you cannot be too sure, but at least be to some extent. Get some clarity.
God bless you.
Your bag.
Even some people, like Bola Ahmed Tinubu now, was making jest of you in particular, Maiyegun in particular. Because I don't know your age, but he said that Maiyegun will be of the range of Sheyi Tinubu now. Sheyi is his son. That Sheyi now maybe 38 years old. Range.
I get that.
Yes, that where that boy Maiyegun was in England, that he has been there for maybe 5 years, 10 years. That
12
his son,
11 years, sir.
Good. But peradventure, Sheyi Tinubu went to England and bought a house of 10.8 million pounds cash.
So that
was 2 years ago.
They are broke shaming me.
God bless this man.
Doctor, just for the clarity, you get now broke. I no keep person. So because Sheyi can afford 10 million house.
You are correct.
Now
you are correct. Don't worry.
Now poor.
You are correct. Don't worry. Let them use that as a yardstick. That boy that his son just went there and bought a house.
Yes, he cannot buy a single one. It's true.
You got it. You got it. You now you are legitimate here. You are working very hard. Don't worry. They are all now. Don't worry. We shall laugh last. Don't worry. We shall laugh last. We shall laugh last. Don't worry.
Fight for us.
We shall laugh last.
Poor people. God hear our cry. That share you get.
Amen. Yes. Amen. Lastly. Oh, God bless you. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. Yes. Okay. 2 days ago, there was a lady that called you on the 21st of November. Her name was Joy. That lady, she spoke exactly what Nigerian populace is supposed to do. That is, she said that why Maiyegun inclusive? Why talk, and not put in action? But what she doesn't know that the people in the past that have talked and have also put action, 9 out of 10, they died. Like Delegiwa, he talked and put action.
Like Dr. Agbede.
God bless you.
I'm saying that if anybody not ready to fight for himself, I am not Jun Tangun from Korea.
God bless you. Now, secondly, Professor Ayodele Awojobi, that man was the youngest professor in Nigeria.
He died at I think 49. That was 19. I'm telling you, when they were doing Shagari, Awolowo said something. So he died at the age of 49.
How did he die?
No, he was doing that two-third of Akinjide, Richard Akinjide, Chief Richard Akinjide, two-third of Awolowo and Shagari then. Hey, Professor Ojobi intervened and said, what is happening in Nigeria is not good. No, they send powder letter. So bomb, yes.
Like they are sarin, Russia. That one is like a Russian style powder. So they put powder inside envelope. So powder letter. I mean,
God bless you.
Poison.
Yes, so the man opened it. Immediately, the man opened it. He became blind immediately, and within a few days, he died. That man died at the age of 49. The youngest professor ever in Nigeria. Professor.
For just questioning what was happening, Abi.
Yes. You see, so people say, Maiyegun always talk. Always okay. Even Maiyegun, do you believe that they might have killed Charade? There was a time about 2 years ago when that lady police said that she incidentally put a bullet that hit Charade on the. Okay, man. Yes, man. Sorry. That bullet.
Doctor, I understand. Don't say sorry because we are all confused. You know, I can't even remember if it was a woman or, you know. Or you shall get. So I remember that woman.
Charade might have died now. Charade might have died now. You see now, but God just in that.
Yeah. I remember too.
They shot him. Even inside the Onion of Vivian something, they put tear gas. I don't know when he went there to for so many things. Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
Dr. Agbede. See, my new caller, I want you to hang on there for me. Hang in there for me for a minute, please. Okay. So there is a way Doctor presents his own sort of contribution, and I kind of want some of you to always look beyond the cracking part of it, where is very very buzzing and buzzing like that, okay? Because somehow I'm beginning to feel like maybe I shouldn't worry about that Naija after all. All I need to do is for them to just give me, I don't know, maybe CIA tracking link and all that. Or they can sit down there and they can be doing Alpha, Echo, Omega, Romeo, Tango, Alpha. Even when I do inside the Oshodi, Maniko PMC Jadeni. Because you know what they call control room? It's a place where they see every movement. Before you get there, they'll put something inside my hair everywhere I go. But I'm going to listen to the advice of one of the Templars here who told me that man listens to Dr. Agbede. I'm not saying I'm going to take his advice, but I just want you to know the kind of resources that is available. Well, thank you, Doctor. Not now. Here is another caller, by the way. Hello there.
Hello, the General.
Sakiola, is that you?
That's me again.
Oh, brilliant. Good evening or good afternoon to you, sir. So, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing excellent. Thank you for your usual way of getting across to us to think in Nigeria. You keep helping the people, because what people don't understand, people try to belittle or don't know the power of information. When you give the people the information, they can be liberated. At least they may be suffering now, but the day is going to come when they are going to demand that they should be free, in essence. So there are a few points I'd like to quickly get to. Today, a few days ago, I got the information on Emefiele and a lot of Buhari's families and friends about billions of money of Nigeria that was stolen. I'm still expecting this information to trigger out to social media. Emefiele has been linked to out about 4 trillion naira, according to that information. which I've not verified the content of it. Okay. About $275 million was traced to a 6-year-old son of Sabiu Yusuf, in essence. And this is the Nigeria, where we have about 3 million kids sleeping tonight with nothing in their stomach. And when this news was featuring on, I also heard about what is started to happen in Nigeria now, across different states in Nigeria. They have found the highest grade of lithium. You know, we are in this world is trying to change to electric cars, electric this, electric that, and lithium is becoming something, the hot potato in the market. China and even Elon Musk are fighting about Nigeria as we speak. To tell you, I kind of like ask myself that, look, how come that God put so much of these resources in our country, and our people are suffering to this level of the thing that we cannot explain. You know, a ton of lithium now is about $100,000 a ton of lithium, and the projection is that it's going to be ×5 in the next 2-3 years. The way they are fighting for it, you can fight it in a Kogi, Kwara, Oyo, Ekiti, all across. They found high grade, highest in the world, where you cannot find the level of grade they are finding in Nigeria as we speak. So this is what is going on when people cannot even afford to eat, and these people are making these billions and all that. You know, and I like the fact that you show Omoyele Sowore today, the guy that you know how much I support him in essence. Without this revolution, we are going nowhere. We got to have to be free, as our people. You know, there is a future after freedom. Right now, there is no future in this Nigeria.
There's no future in slavery.
No, it's slavery, because the system is put together for, even if it were to be white colonial master, maybe it would have been better, because when those people eat, they remain something. But black colonial master, they don't remain anything. They will eat after they have finished everything. They want to eat you and eat your family with. Exactly. This is what they do. No pity, no concern, nothing, zero. They don't care.
And they won't stop until you stop them.
No, they won't stop. And people should know today that the only way out of this mess is their freedom. Which is why, you know, I know we talked about the last election. We were hoping that a lot of youth will back this revolution candidate, so that when Omoyele speak for all Nigerians that are yearning for freedom. That's right. There is no politician, a less saint in Nigeria right now. Trust me, that saint will mess up everybody, because the constitution is put together by the military to enslave other people. It's not meant to make you happy. It's not meant. No. It's not to govern you. It's not to make you happy or help your economic problem. Your economic problem is not going to be solved if you don't know that. Go and bring somebody from Mu. It's going to be the same problem. It is. You know how much the Buhari people were jubilating when Buhari got elected. You know what happened? The same thing is even going to be promised now, you know, with what is going on. And so the suffering will continue, in essence. Let the youth come together and demand their freedom. Without freedom, it's either you free or you die. That is just it. It's either you free or you die. So just take note of that. I don't have much to say tonight. Whether you want to make a choice
now or not, one is going to eventually happen. If you choose to do nothing, you still die. If you fight for what you call the freedom as well, you may die and you may also leave. And when you leave, you will be free. That's what I think.
Thank you for what you say, lad. It's either you make the choice for freedom, or they are going to make a choice for you. And you know, nobody is going to make freedom choice for you. They are going to give you death instead. That's what they're going to choose.
There is this powerful quote that has remained with me for at least for 10 years now, Sir Akiola. I mean, for real. And that quote was talking about brain. Okay, you know, brain is a very important. That's why it says, the quote says, brain is a very important organ. Like, it's a very important part of the body, like it's, and if you don't use it, somebody else will use it for you. And that's exactly when you see people who can think or should be able to think, but they can't because they have sublet their thinking faculty, their brains, to the control of others who are using them, and it's like zombies.
My call to all Nigerians today is that let them understand. If any politician, no matter how well intended he is, give you any agenda of how he's going to make Nigeria great again, if revolution is not part of that agenda, just forget about it. It can't happen.
It is just another.
It can't happen. Let me
take this, Sir Akinola. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I have another caller. Mind you, let me go talk to my friends on YouTube and say, okay, we are not many tonight, but we are grateful to everybody who attended, who has attended this segment tonight. But could you please just take a moment and go on there and just like the podcast? Like, hello, my caller. How are you?
Hello. Good evening. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, honestly, what you've been telling us and all the information, the messages you're passing, honestly, I just don't know why people are still like, they still believe that country is going to work, coupled with what they're really going through. Honestly, because there's some of them, all these Albadorian people, when you talk to them, they will complain. They will complain bitterly, right? When it's now you not tell them the truth, like, oh, this is what you chose for yourself. This is what you did. You're the one. Then they will change their whatever the narrative, like, oh yeah, you say this is the best, things will change. I talked to one of them today, and the way he was talking, I was like, oh my god, these people, the guy really pissed me off.
They will always piss you off. They will always piss you off.
And I want them to know something. This thing, what is happening now, there's no how this is going to change. It's going to continue like this and get worse and worse. There's nothing anyone can do about it.
See,
and
Remy
because
Remy has launched trader money. It was a Pastor Ruga who did trader money, right? And market money.
Giving them 10,000 or how much?
That time, remember, they are 10,000 naira.
Yeah.
So Remy has launched the market money 2.0, which means market. So they want to give market women 25,000 naira. Okay, and that is going to be, if you pay it back, you will get 50,000. When you pay that back, you get 100,000. Okay. And something? The last one that Pastor Ruga did, they shared, under Pastor Ruga, they shared 1.8 trillion naira in total.
Oh my God.
Called
this is
trader market money.
Crazy.
To break all arts. The people who collected the money, even though they told them, if you pay this one back, you collect another one. If you pay this one back, you collect another one. After collecting the money, taking pictures, they said, we thought it's our own share of the election now for 2019. A dime was not paid back. Therefore, they couldn't continue it. And that's what Remy has just launched now. They want to give market women money. And they are going to give them, they want to share money to 11 million market women. You can do the math. You know how much money is going down the drains. Just for that.
Honestly, that country, I don't know what is wrong with people. Yeah, we are saying this and that to them, but I don't know. Maybe there's something behind it. And I want them to know something. It's this. I don't think leader, Nigeria leader. I don't think so. Because that is the reason leader, because they can't do anything good.
You are doing
They're not fighting. There's no empathy.
You are doing something that is wasting money, wasting the money you don't
have,
right?
So that is why we are saying is cannot. It's not about, it's not a cause. It's not that we are causing it. It's not wish. We are not causing anyone. We don't wish all these things. But this is what is happening.
Our family are existing in that economy too now. So how can we sit down here and say, oh, you will suffer, oh, you will see shaggy, and think we're actually wishing it on you? No. Look at what they are doing.
No.
Take a look at what they are doing. And see if you are not going to see shaggy.
Honestly. Yeah, it's you too. They can even see it. It's so obvious. It's something that they can see everywhere. This is what is happening. I told the guy, I said, oh, what about giving the money, all these, buying all these big cars for the house and the sort of, say, they know that it's not good, but just give him time. He will do it by God's grace. I said, oh my God, what is by God's grace? I said, just leave me. I'm going to cut off the phone. Just let me be. Because the listening faculty, their listening faculty is zero. I don't know. And I want them to know something. For the past years, decades, this is what they've been saying.
Yes.
And it's never get better.
Never.
It's never get, even good at all. For the past, Yoruba Barrister Koniko, only I think about 30 years ago, he said, oh God, I don't know if you remember that song, that Gary Chile Meji Lati Jory, oh Dikini Konkiniko, Miniras, yeah, only Miniras. Tí wọ́n ń ta ní CC, ó di 9 gẹ̀rẹ́gẹ̀rẹ́, ó di 50 kobo. Yeah, 50 kobo. You know 50 kobo. You know that 50 kobo now?
50 kobo, of course, I do.
50 kobo. It's not a 16.
A note. 50 kobo used to be paper notes.
So there's no 50 kobo anymore. No 50 kobo. You know. So and that was then. And look at that time. The man complained. Everybody was complaining. It's hard though.
Compared to that, what they expected from their country and government. 50 kobo, 30 or 35 years ago.
Yeah. So look at that. So now tell me, now you're not still sitting down like it's going to be better. How? With all these things that is happening. With how they are spending money, borrowing money, and they share money.
Sharing it.
They're sharing money they borrow.
Borrowed. No money they make.
Borrowed. It's not revenue. Borrowed, and they're sharing it. So, do you want to tell me? I mean, do they want to tell us that these people they don't know the right thing? Do they want to? Can someone say they don't know the right thing? That getting money, borrow money, the money you are borrowing, you're supposed to invest it so that it can generate something. You can have profit for you to repay your loan.
And remove
now you are using all the revenue.
Cut down inflation in your own country, and your people can be able to eat fine. Or people don't
exactly. So. I don't understand them. They are they are using all the revenue to service loan. Not that they are using it. They say it's not even enough now to service their loan the way they are borrowing every day. So can't they really think about all these things?
It's a big question.
Honestly.
Thank you. It's a big, something, right? Promise me that you are not going to give yourselves a headache about this, because you know why you should never, for any reason, right, get to that stage of about Nigeria.
Honestly, how?
You know why?
Do you think is it possible?
It is possible. It is 100% possible.
I don't know.
It is not that it's going to be not there. No. It's going to be there. Okay, we all know that no matter how much we think about Nigeria, okay, how much we want to cut ourselves out of Nigeria, there are people that can never make it easier for us to do that, okay? But that's where the control comes from. You understand that? Diary Politico is to let you understand. Now, today, you are now kind of so sure that things with the way things are going, right? Nigeria can never be better. And I'm even talking to this person. The way they are talking, they don't seem to even understand it. Now, what you get to understand next is that I won't waste my energy trying to explain to people. I'm not going to try to preach to the prayer, to the choir. They are there, they're experiencing it. All right. And at this point, I'm not going to worry myself about them anymore. Try that. Do you get that?
Okay.
Try it. It works.
Yeah, I do.
Then all of us can begin to kind of arrive at the same point. We're worried for our family members, we are worried for the place, we are not so sure what is going to happen tomorrow, because we are 100% sure that this is not going to end well as long as these people continue the way they are continuing. You get that now?
Exactly.
But if the people who are the victims are not alerted enough, don't be the one to be worried for them, okay? Very soon, those who are giving you excuses, they will call you. Auntie me, my sister, if you see everything you have been telling us all this while, I am so sorry. In fact, I've been so, they'll be like, shut up. And I don't want them to say that to you when you're already losing some health control yourself because of them. I beg, there's too much to worry about here. Already.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. I appreciate. God bless you. My regards. Thank you so much.
Okay. That's a good one. So that advice goes to all of us. So my caller, hang in there for me for a second, okay? Listen to me. Worry doesn't really help. All right. I have tried it. And I'm telling you right now, the reason why a lot of us are worried and sometimes mostly angry with ourselves is simply because of things we hear from back home. Okay. And you just feel like, oh my God, I can't be dealing with all of this right now. Then somehow you feel like you want to even talk to them. Let me even talk to you guys. Don't you guys see what's going on? Why can't you guys this? Then they begin to give excuses for you. And then you're like, are you guys serious? You know, you're already angry. You become more angrier. And right there in your house, you've dropped the call. You are angry. You don't know who you are angry with. You are panting, you are this, you are that, and everyone around you probably will react and overreact on them and take it on them, right? You are punishing yourself. Okay? The dear thing is to always remember that you cannot help them if they don't think they need the help. You can't help people who don't think they need it. Or you see, when they need it, they know who to call. They will remember you. This is my friend that is always talking. That my brother that is always calling. They will remember you when they want to hear. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Omo Dobulu, Olushola. You've been wonderful. You know the funniest thing is that Dobulu has produced great two sons. You and Rufai. I can't just
for this
understand.
I know.
Yeah, no. Let's leave. I know what I'm talking about. You understand? You guys have been positive in the way you guys do your things objectively, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Thanks, man.
So I think I need to thank you guys a lot in a millionth time. God bless you guys.
Amen.
You guys have been wonderful. So let's go to today's topic. I think it's quite unfortunately that this comrade, comrade Philip, it's quite unfortunately that what happened in Canada, that young man. You know, if you look at Canada before, Canada has always been a wonderful place. If you want to put it in context, you understand. But now, due to the way people coming in, study visa, asylum. So everywhere is bloated, to be honest. Everywhere is bloated. Like if you look at most of the shelters now, you know what they used to do now? They will tell you, if they want to put people in shelter now, they need to accommodate their own people. When I mean their own people, citizens, because there's some citizens that are homeless. You understand? Or you have PR. You understand? You have PR, they will put you in the shelter. Where there's some good shelter. When I mean shelter, like really 4-star, 3-star. Yeah, Toronto Plaza. Wow. Toronto Plaza, you understand? Before it's made for people for, coming in. But now it's not that way again. So things have really changed because of the economy, what is happening in the world. You understand? And if you look at, look at what happened now. That place, those guys, those young guys were, you understand? It's not even far to Toronto. It's about, let me say, 25 minutes drive. Oh dear. You understand? And that place you're saying is not even, okay, if we are trying to talk about the way the weather, you understand? This year is even better compared to, 5 years, 3 years, you start. This year is even better. This year has been friendly, to be honest. Yeah. Toronto is still the best.
That. It's like having experienced global, the harshest of the harshest weather. And then you have been waiting for it. Truth. Like you have been waiting for it since October, but it seems like, it's still looking good. It's not bad.
I'm telling you, even in August, September, you start putting on a jacket. And Toronto is still the best place in Canada. You understand? Toronto is still the best place in Canada. If you want to put it based on fact. If you go to Prince Edward, you go to Brunswick, you go to Alberta, you go to British Columbia, those places you could get minus 40. Minus 40 sometimes. You go to the border, the border people that comes from America, they go to Montreal. Those places are very cold. But because of the situation of Nigerian economy, the place they've ground the economy.
Acclimatize easily.
You understand? Okay. So, yeah. And this Canada is very expensive now. When I mean Canada is very expensive, that's why I find a lot of people that comes in, they can't withstand it. Even for them to pay their bills. To be honest, they can't withstand it. If you look at, okay, if you check your phone and just type to get a nice apartment in Canada, you'll be marveled. And I don't want to talk about Toronto now. And Toronto is the heart of Canada.
The reason why I want you to continue, which I don't want to interrupt you, is this, right? You are from Canada. You are in Canada. You could tell us first-hand information and all that. If I begin to mention the stories of people who recently migrated, they will think you and I are talking to discourage them from coming. And I won't discourage. I mean, I will never discourage anybody from going. But
no. Why would you do that? Then a lot of people have been duped.
As well.
When I mean Nigerians, you'll be marveled that why is Nigeria behaving this way to Nigerians? A lot of people have been homeless that I need to start. It's very painful that you weep, and that is why when we keep on cursing our leaders, we curse our leaders. People don't understand. We curse our religious leaders, all those people, GO or whatever they could call themselves. That's why when you make a point, you see me, I'll just laugh, even though sometimes I might be tired. I can't make a call due to my situation, my health. You understand? And Maiyegun, let me tell you something. Each time you put on your program, I need to enlighten a lot of people. What I normally do, I just use my phone to put thumbs up, like. Then I'll go to my sets. So people should learn that now. Because when you go to your set, you can't put thumbs up there. You can't put like. So what you do,
TV set and all of that could be an extra.
Yeah.
Do it on your phone first, then drop it.
No, do it on your phone. Yeah. That is the best way. But when you go to your telly, you go to your set, it will be showing viewers, you have 20,000 viewers, but they cannot. You understand? So what people should do now, go to your phone, put like, then you go to your TV sets.
And continue watching.
Yeah, except if I'm using my computer, I put like there.
It's easier that way.
You understand? So it depends on how you want it.
All I want is the like, because I have been told
that like, because we need to
algorithm, and if a lot of people say
we need to do it for you.
Yes, sir. Like if a lot of people says this message needs to go out there, the only thing you can do to help me get it out there is just like it, and that's it. And you can continue engaging in all of that later.
Yeah, we need to do it for you. So what am I trying to say, Maiyegun?
Yes, sir.
We should learn this thing very well. You told when you're talking about freezer is just 0 or -1
or -2 at most,
or -2. Yes, that's freezer. They now imagine, -30, and the another thing, the network there, the transport network there, could be difficult.
And shut
you
down.
Could stay. You see people.
A blister. What do you call that thing when you just have so much snowfall, unprepared? I mean, unexpected, and that could shut down everything for days.
No, Canada, no. You see, let me be honest with you.
All right.
When the snow fall now, before that 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it's been cleared off. Even my own place, they cleared off. They don't waste time. I give them kudos in that.
Oh, I see. Good.
No, 5 minutes, you won't even say, because you know what?
I'm not talking about the road. You know what I mean? Like I've seen people where to even come out of their homes, right? It was that they have to shovel their way out of their homes. Their cars are already buried, so you have to wait
no. It depends. Okay, that's true. It depends on where you stay, but that's true. That's true.
Okay, I agree.
The area, but that's true. That's true, because you know what we should do. You will know that this thing is coming. So where you're going to park your car, you're not going to park your car there. You understand? People that house on the ground, you're going to, there's things, you do all those things. You understand? And once you do it, you won't have this kind of issue. Then when there's all those things, they will clear it. You understand? Because if you're staying in an apartment or you are staying in a basement, depending where you're staying, if they don't clear it, and maybe by mistake you walk in, and you got maybe got injured, you go to sue them.
Yeah, I think I get that.
You go to sue them, so they don't joke with all those things.
That's right.
You understand? They don't joke with. So what we need to do, we know it's not like when I was watching the video. Those people do know those things. That's what they call ferry. They should be able to fire that useless woman. Those women they are useless. They should have get hold of them, and what's the point of all those ferry? They put those guys into this mess. To be honest, those guys were the Nigerian government were the cause of all this mess. So why would you entertain those kind of women?
Take responsibility. I think you know that already.
Why won't you? Now let me tell you something, Maiyegun.
Take responsibility. But yeah, I'm with you.
Do you know that by January now?
Yes, sir.
This Kolu that you call your president, let me put it to you. Kolu, your president.
Right.
No. Okay, their president. I just want to pull your legs.
No, I'll take it. You're addressing me. Go ahead.
Don't
worry.
Yeah. Do you know that this man will be going to Switzerland by January, and he's going to spend almost 900 million, almost $1 million.
So it is
and it's going to spend 6 days.
Go to that Davos, yeah?
Yes, sir. And it's going to spend 6 days. January, the person that lit up this thing, except if they're going to shift it. Look at, and Nigerians are keeping quiet. Then you ask yourself again, people in correctional center, about 468, they were given a fine, they couldn't pay. Do you know that government now is now telling us that they want to borrow 500 something million to pay for those 4,068?
You are still thinking they said they want to. They have already borrowed it. They said the money could.
No, what I'm saying that.
Yeah, go on.
What I'm trying to say is that for them to, who are they paying to? Why can't you just give them amnesty
to themselves?
Who are they? Do you get the way these guys are fooling us? Because we don't want to change. We don't want to think.
You are so intelligent the way you introduce what you just said, and indeed, you are so right. You send people to prison because they couldn't pay fines, and if they pay the fine to court, who get the money? The government. How about you write off their fines instead of going to go and borrow money with interest to pay yourself the fines before you release them? Who is fooling who? Yeah, deep south.
I mean, Then you another thing that baffles me, since at least with my age now, you understand, I participated in Charade election, which I voted. You understand? Charade election, that guy, this my Dr. Bede was saying something, I just laughed. Because that thing that happened during time of that man, it was a shocking. That to Todd, Richard Akinji, a lot of people will not even know this. A lot of people doesn't know what really happened. Chico B, the mathematician. You understand? But you know what baffles me now? Have you asked yourself this question? We have Christian president, we have Muslim president, they are all messing up. Don't you think that if you have non-Christian president, non-Muslim president, an herbalist, or a person that worship Chongo, that worship Ifa, don't you think that Nigeria would have been better?
I will try.
Nigeria would have been better if it was Otumokpo. Nigeria would have been better than this mess we are facing. Do you know what I'm saying now? And another thing, Maiyegun, you know, we need to be objective in whatever we're saying. Right. This your program is very, very powerful. You understand? We need to be objective, and we don't need to sell our conscience. We need to try to be objective in what we're saying. Right. If you look at the crop of all these people that came up, you understand, that said they want to become president. If not that we sold our conscience. We don't want to be honest to ourselves. I don't think you could compare anybody with P2B.
I mean, it's
you understand? Because sometimes I listen to Akinola. Yes, sir. I listen to Akinola sometimes. Sometimes it deviates. Sometimes I listen to him, but it's always good to come out straight. You understand? You can't call P2B a fraudster. It's an insult. Can you ask him to say, this is what P2B has done that is wrong, or you have embezzled Anambra money? He was the governor for 8 years. You understand? Let's be objective. Let's be objective. Mike, remember what I told you?
Sir, right?
Mike, you know what I told you? You know what I told you one day?
Yes, sir.
You know what I told you one day? I told you, don't hide anybody. You know, you made a statement that people in the East should, if there's anything wrong, they should be the one talk. I said no. That this thing belongs to everybody, because they will come out and become president or governor one day. When you see anybody that is not doing the right thing, expose the person. Expose the person. And I could tell you, if it was Rochas will not even get a vote. No. If it was Kalu, right? They won't even get a vote.
Yeah, you remember what I said when they are doing all this comparison, right? I said, from my own findings, and a lot of people agreed with me, that Peter Obi was attacked and hated because he wasn't corrupt enough. That's what I figured. Good. Because when you put all of them side by side, and talking about Elder Akinola, right? You see, Elder Akinola has made it very clear on this platform that the reason why he has the bias for Peter Obi, which you have indeed told him that that is not so right to begin to make up things just because you want to smear that person. He's doing it, number one, because he believes that Obi is part of the establishment, is part of their friends. That if everything had worked out in 2019, Obi would have been running for second time with Atiku in 2023 and all that. His own bias towards Obi is because he supports Shore. And somehow
Maiyegun, you must belong to a political leader. Okay, all right.
So I'm trying to
no, go ahead.
That part too, right? So Elder Akinola is biased towards Obi. His position and some of the things he said about Obi are not facts. I've challenged him one-on-one on that before, right? But he's made it clear that he's just biased towards him because he felt like Obi is benefiting from the struggle that should have been that of Eshowore. And some people actually try to correct him here on that at the time. But here, over to you. Go on.
So, Mike, let me tell you something now, because I always bring up facts, and based on my experience or what I know. The day obedience was founded, I was caught. You understand? And I know my submission that day. You understand? That very day. And after that, the way the map, the way everything is going to go, the little money we are contributing from different people, different quarters, You understand? And that very day of the election, the only thing I went against with P2B, which I called several people that I was still angry with P2B till today. I called several people was that very day they were uploading the result to the server. I made a call that I expected P2B to come out and say this election will not take place again. This is a charade. You understand? And he got the message. And he said no, that he believes that they should compile everything, that after that, that this is going to happen before they went to court.
Just
you understand?
For court became the...
Yeah, and I told him that these things don't go to work. If he has used his machineries, then the people that believes in him, you know that even the supporters now, a lot of people have dropped.
They won't be able to declare.
No, but yes, that's the area I love Showore. If it was Showore, reverse was the case. You understand?
I know.
If it was reverse was the case,
you know, sometimes situation can. I mean, taking
decisions
like that sometimes can be. I mean, I have not.
Maiyegun, if you want to be a leader,
so you know what I mean.
If you want to be a leader, you'll be ready to sacrifice yourself. Except don't even come out. Don't even come out. If you want to be a leader, you want to be a president, there's certain things you'll be ready to do.
That is where you miss Charade in the whole picture, like you said.
Yes.
That it would have been a different.
And I'm going to speak with. Good. And you know, and you won't blame Nigerians. It's because Charade has never been tested. If Charade has been a governor, has been a chairman, you understand, has been a senator, they have seen his track record, a lot of Nigerians will start buying that idea. P2B is lucky because of his track record.
I see.
You understand? That is the truth of life. P2B is just lucky because of his track record. If P2B does not have any good track record, forget it.
Anyone else too, yeah? Thank you.
Yes, as you are now, let me tell you something today now.
Yeah.
If you come out now, forget this program you're doing. One day you come out that you want to be the president. I will see the way we're going to rally around because of your track record. You'll be surprised. It's not the rocket science.
If to say track records like this really mean anything in that Nigeria, logically, right? Showore has the best and the best.
No. What I'm saying that
there's something I want to say. There's something I want to say.
Okay.
I'm not ruling out I'm not ruling out your position because I understand the fact that using me as an example means at least we have people who know me, right? And you can say this is who he is, this is who he is, right? Something like that.
Good.
I get that. I just mean that if we are looking at records like that, and then based on what I am doing, when we see what the likes of Showore have actually did, it is still very much shocking that it still doesn't have that traction with these people. I'm not saying that people didn't show Showore the support. At some point, because all of us would be sort of, lying if all of us have just suddenly forgotten 2018, 2019. I remember that time, okay? But we also remember how they use all of this, their third force, Durotoye, to use them to cut Showore to size. I remember all of that. I'm just saying that we cannot use the context of what we think should fit in when we are dealing with Nigeria. Nigeria is a place whereby it has defied all logics. And don't put me into any presidential contest next time, by the way, okay? I love the fact that you wish me well, all right? But when you're talking about politics, I'm just saying.
I'll get what you're saying.
You get that?
Yeah. And I understand what you're saying. That is what you believe in, which I won't take it out from you. What I'm trying to say that, as a politician, if you've been maybe you are in charge of public money, you understand? You are in charge of public money. That's the area I'm coming from now.
Some expectations from people.
So you could see P2B now. I've overseen public money, which is very easy to steal. Let me put it that way. It's very easy to squander.
It's not corrupt. And then whenever they feel like he's corrupt, they feel like he's not corrupt enough.
They should expose him. But even to today,
they are fighting him for. Imagine criticizing Peter Obi because he's not corrupt enough, and you are defending.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Go on.
That's what I'm trying to say. Look at what happened in Kano. Is it not funny that a judge give a judgment in the courts, and the person that wants to go to Supreme Court for him to appeal the case, he now said he won the CTC. You understand? And the CTC is now showing that this case, I was the one that won this case. And how do you want the person to go to Supreme Court?
What will be their prayers about that? It is Nigeria. It defies logic.
You understand what I'm saying? So what that tells you now? It tells you that this thing has been hijacked. And we cannot keep quiet to allow this thing to continue. That is why I'm blaming P2B. That is the place I'm blaming him. Because if you have taken action, you understand, history will always forgive you for taking action, either right or wrong. But history will never forgive for not taking action.
Baba, thank you.
Do you get what I'm saying now?
I get you.
So you've been a wonderful person. I don't want to take other people's time, but please, we need to objective. We don't need to sell our conscience because of anything. Let's be honest to ourselves, and that is the platform of your program, so that we can move forward. Because, as I said, the civil war affected us. We are the people that the civil war even affected. People, if you know the massacre that happened in Asaba, nowhere in Nigeria, and it was caused by Monitala. Because after the war, they were asked to come out, people in the bush, to come and welcome the federal government, this and that. And they were ordered, they were massacred.
They separate women, children, and men.
Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Men. They took them somewhere and they killed them. Then they came back again.
Yes.
The children, male children.
Yes.
I know the story, some horrible things, but what happened to Muritala? His face is on Nigerian 20 naira right now. He's a hero.
Yeah.
About we'll wrap it up like that. Okay, thank you so much.
Let me just give you last one, please. One thing you must know that I know. Just last one. We should be careful. One thing we should know that as long as I support that Nigeria should break up, we should break up. But you find that this your governor of Ogun State tomorrow will still become the governor of Ogun State. And the Tinubu will still become the prime minister of Western region. It's still not the same criminal until we will flush them out. That is just the truth. Carlo will still become the governor of Anambra. One eye. Olojuko Loba.
Let me tell you something before you go, okay? Even what do you call it? Even all of us, like for example, let me say for example for myself, right? I personally believe in a peaceful breakup of Nigeria, okay, which is a process, okay, a process that has to take place starting with the renegotiation of the union and then the exit plan. Now, the only two people who actually managed to say something on that are Showore and Peter Obi.
Yeah, sure.
Now,
those guys are wonderful.
Showore said he's not against breaking up of Nigeria if that's what everybody wants, but he believes that majority want Nigeria to break up right now because of the injustices they have suffered. That if those injustices can be addressed, even if people are going to break up, right? It will be done under a peaceful, friendly arrangement. And he said, none of this will ever happen, that we are talking about peaceful breakup, negotiation, and the rest, if Nigeria continue to exist in the control of these criminals. So he said, everybody who wants to break up Nigeria first, join hands together, get rid of these criminals, right? Then we can then have an atmosphere that it is normal to discuss separation without people shooting and killing you. That's sure. Now for Peter,
Tinubu to make local government 52. And since he's the president now, Lagos State, he should make it 52 local governments. Since he's the president, if he has the liver.
He should change the power and do it. He can't. I know he can't. Now,
but he went to court now.
Peter Obi said, those who are agitating to break away from Nigeria, it is because of the injustice they have also suffered. And he believes that with the right leadership, that allows people to all the ethnic nationalities across Nigeria to come together under the arrangement of, restructuring. That's what he said. He said, then people can then agree and agree on how they want Nigeria to be and govern and all of that. And under that arrangement, people will realize that everybody will have what they want. We don't have to break up. That's what Bill is not supporting breakup.
That's true.
If the economy works for everybody from all over
regional,
Nigeria, the talk for breakup of Nigeria will reduce. It didn't say to go away. It said it will reduce. So Showore and Obi both agree that all those wishes that we are talking about, they will never happen except this current status quo ends. That's
that's true.
Prefer that. I mean, that's why I kind of feel like when their supporters are fighting themselves, I don't know where to start the explanation from.
No. That's right. That's why I was against Obi for not taking that bold step. So we need to be objective. You're 100% right.
Thank you so much. We'll leave it at that.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
You should
appreciate you. I appreciate
it. And thank you so much for
the
engagement. All right.
Yeah. No problem. God bless you too.
Yes, sir. Stay safe. Okay. Good night. Now, this is where I'm going to draw the curtains. I don't need to add much. I'm just going to say thank you for, again, spending your evening with me. Okay. I believe that the topic we discussed tonight is the one that is kind of heart to heart. Until when something happened, then I'm just like, I have to drop my banger, like Martinelli would say. And then you get to see all the thousands of people staying here for like 3 hours and all that. So those who stayed back at the Templars, the Temple of Truth disciples or brethren. So I will see you next time. So you should not leave without liking that video. Okay, if you joined us towards the end of it, watch it from the beginning. It's quite interesting. All right. I will see you again. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun